Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same.
Bro.
Simple misclick.
Yeah, simple misclick, I'm sure. But you've never explained the edit. Hey, wait, what happened to the edit of Curry and the Celtics? What happened to that one?
Hey, it doesn't matter. Curry beat him in the finals.
13-13. I don't know if that counts as owning. I don't know.
Still their daddy. Still their daddy.
I don't know. After next year, we're in the 15-13. It's a little different.
Fuck you.
Anyway, guys, welcome back to Sportsville. Today we're here with the finals. We have Game 1, which is a bit of a shock. We have a little bit of contracts to happen. A huge contract. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah,
we're on a 4-year, $150 million contract. Absolutely crazy.
If the market was, actually right and deserving, that's what would happen. But there's no world today. I don't know if he's celebrating in the June Pride Festival stuff with this Game 1. I don't know what Celtics fans do.
Him and CBK.
Yeah, him and CBK. They're having a good time. But yeah, I'll pull up the score for Game 1 real quick. Let's just pull it up and let's talk about it.
It was an unfortunate event.
It was pretty unfortunate. All right, let's get this pulled up here.
Luka comeback game.
So, Celtics beat the Mavs 107-89. Obviously, look at the stats. Luka was amazing, 10 rebounds, 30 points. Kyrie was not, 12 points, and I think he was 0-5 from the 3-point line. And then I think he was also like something else, I think he might went like 6-19 or something, or 7-19. It was pretty bad for Kyrie. And everyone else just was not playing good. I mean, no one else had 15 plus points besides Luka, and he had 30. Celtics though, Jaylen Brown with 22, and then Pongangalis with 20 points.
Kristaps Porzingis.
And Jason Tatum gets bailed out again. What else is new? Let's take away from this game. They were just dominating the whole time. There was one moment where, even in the third quarter, fourth quarter, I think in one quarter, only one quarter, the Mavs scored more than them by 1 or 2 points. So even though they're kind of scoring and playing the exact same level, in the third and maybe the fourth quarter, the dominance of the first and second quarter were just insane. And even Luka in the first half was not playing all that great, but the side became alive. He was playing amazing. Luka was bad from the 3-point line, but later on in the game he was playing amazing. Everyone else was awful. So I think this game is a lot more on just the Mavs not showing up. They're key players. One player cannot win a whole series, especially an NBA series. And the Celtics just played better. They're just a better skillful NBA team. And it's unfortunate. I always said, this team is not prepared to take on the big dogs. I still don't think they have, honestly, because hear me out. They did not play the Mavs that my Timberwolves saw. I'll say that. They did not play those Mavericks. If Kyrie plays how Kyrie played against the Timberwolves, and they all play like how they played against my Timberwolves in just the finals and the Thunder, I guarantee you that team beats Boston. That team did not show up, and that's why Boston won. So I think Boston could maybe get a 2-0 lead, potentially. We'll see. But I still think Mavs in 5 or 6. I do not see it going 7.
I just don't see the Celtics winning the series. I really don't. And I think Celtics, it makes sense that they come off hot off the gate. But
yeah, because they just went breeze through nothing. So they're all
Mavericks are tired of winning out, but now they're locked in. They're focused.
Tired of winning out from the Timberwolves.
Anthony Edwards wore him out.
He wore Luka out and when they talked to the locker room. I don't know what happened there.
Hey, Karl-Anthony Towns is doing his job.
Oh no.
But
hey, I was thinking if we need more stuff to talk about, we could always bring that whole debate about Anthony Edwards not being a good leader. Remember that? Very long argument. That was bad. That was pretty bad. Top 5 arguments of all time, maybe. I think Boston's going to win the whole series. That's what it's looking like.
It's June.
It's June. He's celebrating with all the other Boston Celtics fans, in the June festivals and all that. So he's not here. They like tie their neck beards together, like run around in circles. It's really weird, dude. Do not go there. Do not go there, dude. Anyway, but I'm sure he's happy.
I'm
But
sure he is. He's more than happy.
yeah, he's happy. I'll say that for a lot of different reasons. But I still see Celtics. I mean, Mavs winning this. But I definitely think Celtics could give a bigger fight than I thought they could. But we'll see. I don't know. I have to see this consistency because one thing about the Celtics, especially in the playoffs, they are just inconsistent. Like one time they'll play amazing, and one time they'll play terrible. Like I don't know, losing to the Heat at home with no Jimmy Butler, or I don't know, almost losing to the Mavs. I mean, to the Pacers like 3 times that's just ridiculous of in itself. So I think there's just a lot of moments where they just kind of just choke in weird moments, especially in the playoffs. And I think if the Mavs find themselves and they can get them in that position where they can choke, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be a bad day for them. I'll say that.
I will say, Cat puts himself in that position to choke.
Oh, here we go.
So,
All right.
So does that bum Kyle Anderson guy.
Don't start with him. All right.
Oh yeah, I saw a Chat Sports thing about why they should sign Warriors should sign Kyle Anderson. I almost killed myself.
I would rather have him than Klay Thompson. And he didn't shoot 0-13. Or what was it? Was it 0-13? I don't know. I need an Instagram comment to remind me. So 0-10 or 0-13? I forgot.
0-10. It was 0-10. Okay.
Oh, okay. 0-10.
He was averaging 17 points a game. Was doing pretty good.
17. Oh my gosh. Give him the MVP. You don't have to average like 25.
Pretty good for a 34-year-old. Okay.
I don't know. Like LeBron James averaged like what, 25?
Yeah. And who the frick said Klay Thompson's LeBron James? Nobody.
Anyway. Well, I think it's himself when he's on the bench pointing at his fingers, saying that he beat him.
Which he did 4 times.
Good for him. Kyrie's a better 3-point shooter, and he proved it. Well, not tonight, but he proved it. Okay. What's your opinion on this series so far?
Well, I don't like this thing where you go back and forth every game. I want every game to be close. Unlike this, it was kind of like like the Nuggets Timberwolves series. Like they were just blowing each other out right and left, right and left, right and left. sorry.
That sounds like a good time to be. Blowing each other out left and right, right and left.
But game 1, freaking one team would destroy. Game 2, another team would destroy. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I just want close games every game.
Yeah, and even like the conference finals were boring. I mean, the conference finals went like 8-1. That's how it was for both teams. It was boring. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a little bit, the UFL. But I want to talk about NHL first. Okay, please get that off my screen, please. Yeah, he betrayed the Sea Dragon by getting this horrendous shirt.
I would never betray the Sea Dragons.
That was their rivals. They meant the defenders.
Betrayed me.
Okay, that's not their fault. All right, let's talk about NHL real quick. Rangers lost. We talked about the last time. We have Oilers versus Panthers. You know what they say? It's June. The Rangers will be in Cocoon. That's what they say. But talking about this, Panthers and Oilers. I think Oilers win this. They're going to bring it back the glory days of Steve Kikaski. I think that was his name. Mm-hmm. Panthers are from Florida. I'm sorry. You don't win it. A hockey team that's not win from Florida. What do I mean to say? I'm going Oilers. By the way, Benz, are the NFL Panthers even the top 3 Panthers sports team? We got the Michigan Panthers in UFL, Panthers in NHL, and I think there might be a Panthers like in okay. Yeah, no, they're going to lose very soon. But anyway, who do you think wins? Who do you think wins in the NHL playoffs?
Oilers are going to oil everyone up and take the
lead. What the hell? Okay, can I say one last thing? So there's a lot of New York sports team. Like there's the Nets, the Knicks, there's the Devils, there's the Net. I already said that, retard. Giants, the Jets, the Bills, a lot of Rangers, and Giants are the last one to win a championship. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, but now we're gonna talk about.
You have a reason to switch. Yes, switch UFL teams. I do have a pretty damn good reason because the Sea Dragons, they UFL kicked them out.
Why didn't you become a Stallions fan? The Sylvester Stallions, the Italian Stallions.
I will add on one NHL thing. Nathan McKinnon is going to win MVP this season. For this season.
Who?
Do you
AJ
watch
McCarron?
hockey?
Oh, I thought you said AJ McCarron.
Nathan McKinnon.
Oh, that's the guy in the Oilers?
That's the guy in the freaking Avalanche that's going to win MVP.
Who the frick is that?
Bro, he's the best hockey player in the world. I don't know what
The guy in the Oilers is better. Like Jackson guy?
No, he is not.
Connor McDavid.
Nathan
That's what I'm talking
McKinnon
about.
is gonna win MVP.
Connor McDavid.
Bro, Todd knows both more about hockey than me and freaking you. And just ask him, he'll say Nathan McKinnon's the best.
You don't need Connor McDavid's the best. I think he won like 2 MVPs a while back.
Yeah, a while back. I'm talking about.
And is he actually in the championship? He didn't choke.
Well, Nathan McKinnon won like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Anyway,
Regret on your shirt. What do you want to resist?
no justice, no peace. I got this in a.
Was Carl the Towns over at your house?
This is supposed to resist against ugly retards that support teams that do not like. You're supposed to resist.
Karate. What's the
What?
top team of the NHL? Right now, it's the Oilers, probably.
Yeah, Oilers, Rangers.
Was the Avalanche
Wild. The Thunder. Lightning. Anyway, tomorrow, or I guess today, we're going to see the Michigan Panthers take on the Barium Stallions. Obviously, the Stallions, they are 9-1, almost went undefeated, but those damn Bear Hams, whatever the hell they're called, with, I don't even know, the Cowboys' old coach still coaches that team. I don't know, probably the best team he ever coached. But, so, I think we're definitely going to win this game. We're two-time UFL champion. We had no problem against the XFL teams. Stallions are easily winning this game here. Why is my screen not being shared? So I think that they're going to win this game tomorrow. And then Sunday, we're going to have the Barhams versus the Battlehawks. It'll be an easy win by the Barhams here. By maybe 20 maybe. And I do think the Barhams versus Stallions. I think Stallions win it all. They get a free Pete.
Nah.
And then even if the Battlehawks do make it, I'm telling you right now, you know what happened when we played. You know damn well what happened.
Hey, that was different. AJ McCarron was playing hurt. He's back now.
Oh, here's this bull excuse, dude. Can I remind you, AJ Martinez for the Stallions leads the league in rushing yards. Leads the league in rushing yards as a quarterback. Let me remind you of that.
And AJ McCarron leads the league in passing yards, passing touchdowns.
No, it's not. The guy in the Renegades does.
And Hakeem Butler leads the league in receiving yards and receiving.
Okay, yeah. So he carries AJ McCarron. Good to know. But we'll pull up the stats later. We want to get your take. Who wins today? Stallions versus Panthers.
I'm definitely cheering for the Panthers, but I'm gonna say the Stallions barely beat the freaking Panthers.
The Michigan Panthers are good, dude. They're good. They got like 6-7 wins.
I mean, they'd beat the Panthers in the NFL.
They would probably. All right. What about the Barhams versus Battlehawks?
Battlehawks winning. Let's go, baby.
And do you think the Battlehawks are literally going to beat the Stallions to win 9-1 and beat them?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's look at the stats real quick, then, guys. Let's look at the stat leaders to see who should win the MVP. All right. So I always think it's going to be AJ Martinez, and he didn't play. But care about you, he didn't play the whole season. Who was Matt Corral started as the quarterback the first 2 weeks?
AJ McCarron missed 3 games this season.
Okay. So as you can see, passing leaders, Parnas, who actually won the championship for the XFL last year, is leading in 2,000 and 300 yards. He leads by quite like 300 yards. He has 18 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He's really good. Really good. And that's on a bad team, too, the Renegades. As you can see, AJ Martinez has more yards, 200 more yards. and he played one less game.
Okay. Martinez deserves it. I'll admit.
So he started one last game, has 200 more yards. Look at the touchdown. He has okay.
I will say.
They both have
Martinez
15
is
touchdowns, but
a-
he has 3 interceptions. He has one more
Martinez should
interception.
start on the Giants.
Oh, and who leads the league in rushing yards? Oh, Adrian Martinez, a quarterback with 500 rushing yards. 500 rushing yards in 10 games. Leads the league in rushing yards as a quarterback.
Now go down to receiving yards, my boy.
Okay, Hakeem Butler. Who cares?
Let's go.
Anyway, yeah, I do think Adrian Martinez will win the MVP, and I think Lewis comes in second place for sure. He's a bad team. He won the championship last year. How much championships has AJ McCarron won since, I don't know, he was a backup on the Bengals? AJ Martinez, I know you remember his legacy game on the Lions in preseason. I know you remember that.
I don't.
And by the way, the Panthers quarterback used to play for LSU in 2016, absolute legend. He's a Super Bowl champion, I remind you. He's a Super Bowl champion. So if he beats us, I'm definitely rooting for him. He's a Super Bowl champion. Won in 2018 for the Patriots, starring quarterback. He was a backup, obviously, but he's still a Super Bowl champion. He played for the Falcons, the Vikings. He played for the Jaguars, the Seahawks. He's a really good quarterback.
Also, next topic I want to talk about real quickly. The Madden cover is releasing on Tuesday this week, I believe it's Tuesday. Why don't we list 3 cover athletes you think should be on the Madden cover? And let me propose your face like that.
I'll go first, may I,
Okay,
please?
hold on. Let me make this clear. It's not about the previous season. It's about what you're going to do during your cover.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's not how it's been.
That is how it's been.
No, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Other than the John Madden cover. But
If someone has a good season, they give it to him. That's what happens. Josh Allen had a good season in 2022. Tom Brady won the Super Bowl.
Easy. The Josh Allen season should have been Burrow. You can't lie.
Yeah, I agree. But that doesn't mean Burrow should get it now. All right, let me go.
Anyways.
Top 3 is Christian McCaffrey, Justin Jefferson, and
Tyreek.
Aaron Donald. He retired. He's a legend. Can you give it to him?
Hey, I would love that. You know, it'd be cool is if he. Actually, never mind. Yeah, he should get a cover. But
I do think Evan Neal should win it.
Eli Apple destroys. But okay.
Giants legend right there.
Wait, he played on the Giants?
Yes, I used to love him.
That's sad. Okay, Christian McCaffrey, Justin Jefferson, and Joseph Lee Burrow the 7th should be on the Madden cover. And if
What did he do this year besides throw interceptions, lose to the Titans, lose to a rookie, and then get injured?
Okay, I'll tell you what he did. I will tell you what he did. He had the most efficient offense in the NFL when him and Jamar were playing. That's what I'll tell you he did.
He lost to the Titans and the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. And he was playing hurt during those games. He had a calf.
Exactly. That's my point, Zone. He was playing hurt. He was injured. He was not his full self. Should not win the cover.
It doesn't matter about this year. It matters about the year.
Yes, it does. All right. I'll look it up then. You're pulling that right out of your behind.
No, it matters on the cover you're on. Like if I were to win the MVP, it's not the MVP of the last season. It's the MVP of this season.
Yeah, exactly. Retard.
Exactly. So
you get the MVP based off how good you're gonna play next year. I think Justin Jefferson's gonna be MVP. I give it to him now. Like what?
No, but they don't give MVPs then. They give MVPs after.
Yeah, after the performance of last year.
No. But that's different because that's at different times.
Yeah, but that's based off that year.
And Burrow is very deserving of Madden cover. But I would also
last year maybe not. All I'm saying, I'm not saying he's not deserving. I'm saying he's not deserving as much as a lot of other players. McCaffrey deserves it more because he's been amazing for a long time, and he just won Offensive Player of the Year. And Justin Jefferson's the best player at his position, and he's a future, and he just got a huge contract. I know Burrow did too, but I think he definitely deserves it too because he's the best player at his position. And he had 1,000 yards. He had a good year even when he was hurt. Burrow didn't.
All I'm saying is, Burrow deserves the cover.
Not more than McCaffrey or Donald or Jefferson or Tyreek Hill,
Donald
maybe.
retired, so I don't.
Exactly. He's a future Hall of Famer. Was probably the best defensive tackle of all time.
Yeah,
And they haven't got. What lets him to give a defense player?
that is true.
Richard Sherman.
I would love McCaffrey especially to get the Madden cover eventually, but if it's Joe Burrow this
I know
year,
some people want Travis Kelce.
okay. Oh, holy frick. Okay, let me tell you this. If Burrow, let's say Burrow wins MVP this season and he's the Madden cover this year, does he still not deserve it?
Huh?
Say Burrow wins MVP this season, does he deserve the Madden cover? Yes.
Yeah, for sure, because he had a good year.
Yeah. So I think it still depends. If
Yeah,
he has
we
video-
don't know he's gonna have MVP. We do know that he played bad last year, and we know players played better than him last year. So
Well, not at the rate he was playing. When he was fully healthy, he was.
that was like 2 years ago.
No. I'm saying last year when he was fully healthy, when he had the calf strain off his leg or the calf.
I don't think this is a big deal. I think the Madden cover is just for like marketing and stuff. I don't think they actually care about that, honestly. I don't think they care about how good the players were.
It is really cool though, I will say.
But it is cool because like it's like a big thing for the players. So I don't really care who it is. Like Josh Allen did not deserve it. They just gave it to him because it might have been better for the market. Who knows? Or not the market. I guess it was just better promotion. I guess because he has a lot of companies. But if I had to pick who deserves it, it would be McCaffrey, Jefferson, and Donald.
That's fair.
Burrow does not. I think he might. I don't think he even deserved it last year. I think Jefferson should have got that year. 2022 Jefferson was crazy. He had won Offensive Player of the Year. He had 1,700 yards. He should have won it in 2022.
I'll say this.
I mean, Burrow didn't even make the Super Bowl that
I
year.
agree with that for now, but if Joe Burrow has an amazing season, then obviously he's well deserved of this Madden cover. So
The thing about it, Zone, if he didn't deserve it in 2022 more than Jefferson, and Jefferson had a better year than him this year, why would he deserve it more than Jefferson this year?
this year, okay,
Yeah.
at the start of the season, maybe he doesn't deserve it more, but during the season, I think there's a high chance Burrow does.
That's just like a hypothetical, maybe.
Exactly. It is.
I mean, coming off an injury where we don't know how bad it is. We've seen Jefferson come back from his injury and he's been playing good. So it makes more sense for him to be better, even though he does have a rookie quarterback coming in. Who knows? I think he has a better chance. I would say if I had to make a shot of who would probably be like a better player this year, it would probably be Jefferson over Burrow. I think Burrow will be good, but I don't think Burrow will be like fully as good as he used to be. It'll take a while to develop because I know it's something with the wrist where you can't turn it as much. And if you don't turn as much, like it's gonna get blood clot or something. I was watching a video about his injury, so I don't know. And no quarterback's ever had that injury where he kind of had before, so we don't know how he's gonna deal with that. I mean, he's been going to UTAs and he's been looking all right, but
No. Shut the hell up. In OTAs, he's been looking amazing.
okay. I think I'd probably look like Tom Brady against those trash corners, so it doesn't really matter. We have to wait till he goes on the field, and we already know he sucks in the beginning.
He was throwing dots all OTAs.
Show us Daniel Jones, and that doesn't mean anything. All right, listen. Wait till Sunday Night Football when Drew Big Cocklock beats you.
Bro, is Drew Lock really starting for you guys this year? That's gonna be sad.
We'll see. I don't know if I believe in Danny Dimes. We'll see. If it's not him, it'll be Tommy DeVito, Drew Cock, Big Lock.
All right. But if I were to make a prediction right now, who I think will be the Madden cover, I think Burrow because of the video that Madden released. Go on Instagram right now. Go on Instagram on your computer and play the video.
Okay. All right.
And they play the voice of the Madden cover athlete, and it sounds like Burrow.
I don't know what Joe Burrow sounds like. I don't watch videos of him all the time like you.
Okay, but you know his voice.
I guess, yeah. Okay, well, I'll pull it up. Oh. So that's the first thing I saw. Is that real?
No.
He bull craps a lot. He's the best corner in the league.
Oh, I forgot about Sauce to put him in my top 5 corners.
I think he had the lowest rating pass rating of a quarterback when they throw it by to him. Okay. Okay, what does this mean? I caramba. What does that mean?
I caramba. Okay, you don't need to show this.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it, all right?
Oh gosh. Okay, don't look at this. Where is it? Oh,
Bro, freaking stop going through our freaking group chat.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
I didn't hear anything.
You don't hear him say EA Sports. That's him.
All right.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Sound like Chris McCaffrey.
Okay, you're the most retarded person ever if you think that sounds like Chris McCaffrey.
Doesn't. Look at the red. See the red?
Have you ever listened to? Do you? Don't even start debating if you think that sounds like Chris McCaffrey. No, freaking Chris McCaffrey.
It does.
That does not sound like Chris McCaffrey at all.
Let's do it again.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah, sounds just like him.
Bro, you're lying to yourself. That does not sound like him.
We'll see what happens. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, it
Should have been John Ross, but you know.
Giants legend.
You can have that. You can have him as your legend.
Again, he had a couple good games. Like, I think he had one game where he had more yards than he had in like a whole Bengals year, like starting year. I don't know if Josh Allen can get a playoff win, honestly, but he maybe get the playoffs because he can't really make it too far in the playoffs with that team. I don't know how he could have couldn't, but I guess it comes down to team chemistry. I guess Josh Allen was kind of holding him back a little bit. At least as his confidence goes. But I guess I don't really know that. It's just assumption.
Wait, are you talking about Diggs?
Allen and Diggs, yeah.
Yeah.
Just from the outside point of view, it looks that way.
Bills just had such a good team, and let's be honest, in this offseason, it just seems like they're wrecked that.
They should have won in 2020 for sure. And
Like
maybe
Tredavious,
in 2022.
Micah Hyde, what's the safety's name? The one that went on the Dolphins.
Poyer.
Yes, Jordan Poyer. Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, like freaking everybody left. And now they just left him with Josh Allen, Curtis Samuel, and Keenan Coleman.
Keenan Coleman's going to be good.
Bro, I love Keenan Coleman. His interviews are funny.
I think he'll be pretty good. And Curtis Samuel's not as bad as people say he is. He's actually pretty decent.
I think he's a good wide receiver too, but I don't think anybody in that wide receiver room is anywhere.
He's all right. He might be like a mid wide receiver 1 and a good wide receiver 2.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Keenan Coleman, we'll see how good he can be of a wide receiver 1.
That
Did they take him over Lamb McConkey? If they did so, I think that's a bit weird. I don't remember if they did or not. I know the Chargers got Lad McConkey.
Yeah, Chargers got Lad.
I don't know if that was first.
Good pick, by the way.
Yeah, Panthers got Xavier Leggett over McConkey, which is a bit weird.
Panthers did have a good draft, though. I looked at their draft; it was pretty good.
Yeah, but they did pass on. What's his name? Kool-Aid.
Keenan Coleman.
But they got that one running back who was the best running back from
Jonathan
Texas.
Brooks. I think I will say they address their needs, but like every position on their team is their needs.
I mean, the wide receiver core is actually pretty good. Adam Thielen, Deontay Johnson, and Xavier Leggett.
Yeah, it's not looking horrible.
And then your running back, then you got Robert Hunt, your offensive line, and then the defense. You still got Derek
Brown.
And then you also got that one guy, L'Jarius Smith or something.
Who?
L'Jarius Smith. He's thinking he played for the Browns.
Oh yeah, Za'Darius Smith.
And then your corner, you lost your corner to the Steelers.
But you
Their
do
corner.
still have J.C. Horn though. He's really good.
Well,
He's a top 15 corner.
I'm not gonna say a corner or someone from the Panthers is all right again because if they come to the Giants next year, I don't want you to clip it. Anyway,
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
so he's good. Please come to the Giants. I guess we can talk about the contracts. Judge Jefferson got $35 million per year, 4-year contract. I don't know why people even thought the Vikings would let him go. I think that's ridiculous. I think they would give him, if he asked for $40 million, I think they would have gave it to him. So yeah, I think that was definitely deserved. He deserves all of it, and I think he definitely should be proud, and he definitely deserves to be the most paid receiver of all time. And I think he should stay the most paid receiver of all time because that's where it should be, and that's what he deserves. And no one else deserves that much.
I agree
No one
with
else.
that. That's not how the market works, though.
Oh, here we go. The market works.
No,
Not
no.
this again.
Hey, I hate the market too. But I think CD's going to top him. And possibly Jamar. I think CD has a bigger chance of passing him than Jamar does.
Cowboys, I think Bengals have a better chance of giving Jamar that much money than the Cowboys do. Because the Cowboys have to figure out what to do with Dak.
You think the Bengals are gonna give Jamar more money? They're not paying half their name team. Half their name teams are requesting trades because
Yes, but the Cowboys, you understand how much players they got to resign next year. Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Dak Prescott, and CeeDee Lamb, all in 1 year.
And then Micah Parsons the next.
Micah Parsons next year is going to be so much. So they need to figure stuff out, and they're not just going to be flowing millions of dollars at CeeDee Lamb, who had one elite year. But I'm at 17, like 1,600 yards. It was really good, but you can't bet all that money right now. You either have to wait next year, figure out if they want to keep Dak. If they want to keep Dak, well then I don't know if he can keep CeeDee Lamb and Dak because he didn't let Zach Martin go. And yes, he's older, but I don't think you should let that guy walk. Out of respect.
Yeah.
And DeMarcus Lawrence is probably the only other good guy on the defensive line because who else? They lost their middle linebacker who retired, Lucas Van Ness. I forgot obviously Micah Parsons, but he didn't come up a lot. He didn't come up money too.
I did see Zach Martin's considering retiring after the season though.
Yeah, so if he retires, but still, man, you gotta save as much money as you can for Micah Parsons. And when you have Dak Prescott at $60 million, that's what he's asking for. Even though he's going to interviews, I don't care about money. I care about winning playoffs. Well, I don't know about that one, buddy. And then also you got CD, who probably asking for Jefferson money, and who knows what DeMarcus Lawrence is asking for. Which you can maybe let DeMarcus. I mean, if you can somehow keep CD Lamb and Dak and still get Micah Parsons' deal, you do that. But if I'm Cowboys, I let the season go on. Let Dak walk next year unless he gets us to the NFC Championship. I don't care how good he's in regular season. You let him walk, and then you either trade up and get a quarterback in the draft, or you just get a quarterback in the offseason, which will probably be maybe Russell Wilson or who else would be a free agent, I guess.
Justin Fields, technically.
Maybe I don't know. I think if Wilson has a good year, maybe Fields can go. And then you always can maybe see like Gardner Minshew if he has a good year, but they want to move on. We'll see. Never mind. So that's rude.
Jones to the Cowboys.
That's rude by that. Yeah, he starts his revenge tour.
I swear, if that happens, you're gonna start flipping the script and everything. You're saying, "Oh, Dax, he's gonna be in the playoffs starting now." That's behind him.
Yes, behind him is the past. Okay, but yeah, I say you got to keep CeeDee Lamb. He's a young talent receiver, one of the best in the league. You got to keep him. Micah Parsons, you got to keep him. I think CD and Micah are 2 keeps. Whatever you want to do with Dak and DeMarcus comes before that. So
I agree.
We'll see how they deal with that.
Or the face of your franchise, technically, and
yes.
they're young, far younger than freaking old ass Dak Prescott and DeMarcus Lawrence. So I think you definitely have to give them long-term contracts immediately. But the problem with paying both those guys is you kind of got to get a rookie quarterback if you're paying both those guys.
Yeah, this is not a good. I'll say this is not a good quarterback draft. Like it's only like top 3, and it falls down to maybe second round quarterbacks. And the top, I would say there's only like 2 top 5 picks, and then there's like 1 mid-round pick, and the rest are second round. The 2 top ones, at least how it's projected, would probably be George Beck and Shadur, and then Quinn Ewers is like a mid first round, potentially a late, and then all the other ones are like second round. I think it could go to Jalen Merrill, who would be a second round. Jackson Dart, maybe. You can maybe see who else is there. Who else is there? There's one more guy I'm thinking. Quinn Ewers. Not Quinn Ewers.
On this past
who's the guy from Drew Aller from Penn State? We'll see, but we also don't know how good these guys are going to play. We have to wait and see.
Yeah,
but Jalen Merrill, people say he's the next Jalen Hurts, but I don't know if that's saying much. But we'll see what they do. But the thing is, if Dak does good in the regular season, and they get to the playoffs, then you're not going to have a high first round pick. So at least, and you can't trade Dak when he needs a contract. So if I'll say this, if the season's going nowhere and they're out of the playoffs, a couple weeks left, I could definitely see him trading Dak at that moment, and then just trade up like a first round pick, like an earlier one, like someone who's really, really bad and you need a quarterback. Let's say, for example, the Saints. Let's say the Saints are doing really, really bad, like only like 2 wins or 3 wins.
I mean, Spencer.
And they give the first round pick. They gave their first round pick for Dak. Maybe they do Dak and DeMarcus Lawrence. Maybe they don't want DeMarcus Lawrence. They gave it to the Saints, and they get Dak Prescott. They get their third round pick. Then you can try to get Shadur Sanders there or somebody else. I'm sure Deion Sanders will always like that. No, we're not going that. We are not doing that.
Stay in Texas.
No, he's not staying in Texas at all. But yeah, I think that would probably be their plan. So, and who knows? Maybe we can see. If Dak gets injured or he's not playing good, maybe we could see a little bit of Trey Lance. See if he can develop.
Oh gosh.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Might as well give it a chance. He was a first round pick. Oops, my fault. Hold on.
Yeah, I knew the freaking bust. Now I just gave everything for him. Certainly did not work out.
Well,
but the Cowboys did give more than what everyone thought for him. I mean, they gave a 4th for him, which is more than like Justin Fields.
I think they wanted to use like him to know the 49ers playbook or whatever because they can't beat them, and that clearly did not work. So I was like, 42 to 10 or 17? All right, Zone. Why is Anthony Edwards not a good leader?
Did you see the clip I sent?
Yeah, that was probably the worst voice reading of all time. Like I was looking at his lips the whole time. Did he?
Nope.
I was looking at the whole time and I was reading it and it sounded nothing like it. And I went to the guy's channel and he has the dumbest stuff. I saw one of Stephen Curry yelling at his teammates during halftime. You want to talk about that one?
Okay. Yeah, the voice reading was bad, and it wasn't true on some of the stuff. But you could hear his voice in some of it, and he said, "Pass me the ball."
Listen. You said yourself, Kyler Anderson kept shooting from free, and I know you saw that one where Carlton Towns, this is a wide open free. Like it was not even, it wasn't close. It bounced off. It was, like a screen. He was there wide open, and he hits it. It barely even hits the hoop. Holy crap, I think he was disconnecting. So him being passionate and maybe get angry a couple times is not that big of a deal. And like I said, I went back to it. You see how Kobe treated his teammates? He would punch them, call them soft, swear at them all the time.
Well, that's in practice. That's different than in games.
No, it happened in regular season too. Did you not see the video I sent you, Zone?
Okay, but he didn't tell his teammates to pass him the ball and him the ball. And
oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did. All the time. He said, pass me the ball. You guys can't make it. So, and yes, they should have passed him the ball. He was wide open so many times. This is a game he's never wanted this. He never wanted something more in his life, probably, to make a comeback and do something such great. He was playing amazing that game. And his teammates were playing terrible. And then even in the halftime, or Karl-Anthony Towns and Kyle Anderson. Karl-Anthony Towns and Carl Anderson are laughing on the sidelines. And he got upset about that too. So he was just upset all along. And I think a leader I don't think
hate how
I agree with you.
overconfident
Zone.
he is.
I agree. You should not insult them because that's not going to get nowhere. But as a leader, I think it's not bad to be upset. But I don't think you should assault them as a option. But let's not keep in mind. He's 22 years old, really passionate in the game, and bad things happen. You know when you play sports, you get mad, you say things you're not supposed to. That stuff happens. It's the only time it's happened too. All the teammates talk about him being a great leader. We see clips of him. I know you saw the mic'd up in Game 7 against the Nuggets. He's a great leader, and I think it's not for the fans to say whether someone's a good leader or not. I think it's up for the team players, and all of them said they're there because of Anthony Edwards. So I think it's just digging because you don't like him. I think that's really what it is.
Nope, it's the clips I've seen.
Well, then you saw clips of Kobe doing the same thing, but you don't hate him.
And hold on. What I also don't respect about him is he mocks the entire teams every time he loses, and then the second he loses, he runs out crying like a baby. He ran out Game 5 Denver. He ran out Game 5 of the Mavericks. He just runs out, cries like a baby every time, and he loses.
I mean, it wasn't really crying. He just walked out.
Okay, but it's weird not to shake any teammate's hands, or.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Zone. Here's the thing. Here's how I look at it. Here's how I look at it. He was.
No way you think otherwise. That it's less.
Well, I can't. I guess there isn't if you don't let me say it. But here's how I see it. When you lose a game where you're that passionate about winning, I think you went to the locker room to collect his feelings. Because I don't want you. I wouldn't want to go to a guy. Hold on. I don't think you walk over to Luka and Kai. I'm not done talking. I don't think you walk over there. These guys who were mocking you all along, and they were. Remember what did Kyrie say? This is their Super Bowl. This is just our game for us. And you know how Luka was talking all that smack to Rudy.
Yeah,
and like I said, they have all.
Ant was talking.
They have. He. Okay. Here's the thing. You're mixing them with confidence. Confidence and arrogance are two different things. Arrogant being cocky would be like saying I'm gonna destroy them. Confidence saying I'm gonna win. I'm gonna beat them. He never says he's gonna destroy them. That's the difference between cocky and being confident. And confidence. And you said yourself, confidence is what the NBA needs. It makes it more entertaining. It's what the fans want, and it's what it wants. We don't want everyone being buddy, happy. We want to be competitive, and he's a competitive guy. And maybe sometimes he takes it not so good. That's fine. But I don't think that takes away of him being a bad leader or anything else. And like I was saying, when you lost that game where he was really passionate, he was playing his heart out, he went out there, collected his feelings. He didn't leave the stadium. He went back, got dressed, calmed down, and he went to Luka, and he watched the clip. He wished him good luck.
Yeah.
He smiled. He shook his hand. And everything was made right. You didn't see Luka talking about this. No, actually, real people in the NBA talked about this. You know what did LeBron James do? Where he walked out, he didn't shake the hands after losing. If you watch an interview where they asked Kobe and they asked all these legends in the NBA about what they think about that, all of them say people make that be a big deal. I'll say in the interview where they're talking about LeBron James not shaking hands, people say that's not a big deal. Real NBA players do not really care about that stuff, but they understand it's a passionate game and people get upset. And honestly, I wouldn't want a guy who's all upset come over and shake my hand and when he's all passionate and angry and upset.
When Cat, Gobert, Kyle Anderson are
because they didn't care. They were laughing on the sideline. They were not passionate. They were not as passionate as Anthony Edwards was.
Oh crap! I don't care. You show respect and you shake their hand.
I think you should too, but I don't think you should criticize a guy like he's like the devil or something when he's.
I'm just saying, I just don't like that.
But that happens. But that happens with a lot. It happens with almost every NBA player at one point.
Okay. But Kobe and LeBron never hit fans with chairs.
That wasn't. That was an accident, Zone. That was an accident.
I don't know.
And I'll admit, yeah, Anthony Edwards does have some anger issues. I will admit that. I'm not. Yeah. And I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm sure he does have some anger issues, but I think that is two different things. It's being passionate about the game, and sometimes you take like a sore loser. That happens. When I lose a Madden game, sometimes I take it like a sore loser. You're telling me after let's say you lose an online Madden game, would you walk up to the guy and shake his hand? I don't think so. So especially when this guy, I don't want to use the excuse of he's only 22 years old every single minute, but he is. So I think I'm gonna give him. And this is his first time going on a long playoff run.
You can't use that excuse for this time. I let you use it last time. Can't use an excuse. He's 22. In Charles Barkley's words, he's a grown ass man. You gotta go over there. You gotta shake their hands. I don't care.
It doesn't matter. No one in the NBA takes that as seriously as the fans. People just say that to make a big deal out of things because they have nothing else better to do. No, and actually, NBA player really cares about if they shake their hand or not. And by the way, they did. He came out of the locker room went to Luka, stopped him, shake his hand, and wish him the rest of the luck. He was just I don't know if he didn't make an interview about it because none of the actual people that are commentating the NBA, they didn't ask him this question because they know it's not a big deal. But I'm sure his response is because he had to collect his feelings because he was mad. He walked out there. He was really sad, upset. He didn't flash out and freak out like last year. He just walked away sadly, gave his shoes away to a kid. Good man, by the way. And then he went there.
Freaking player does that. My God.
Just shut the fuck up. I'm sure he calmed down for a while. I'm sure he was really upset because you saw how upset he was all game because he was playing his heart out. His teammates are not taking it seriously. They're playing awful. They're not passing the ball. And he just lost his temper. Went to calm down. I don't think he would want to go over to Luka and Kyrie when they're all happy and celebrating. I mean, I look at it this way. Whenever I lose a game, whether it's online or even like in football, whether it's when I played or when it's just playing with other guys, when they win, they're all happy and laughing and like all happy. That pisses me off. I'm not shaking their hand. If I see their face, I'm probably gonna punch them. It just makes me mad. So that's the way I see it. And I do think players should shake their hand whether they're upset or not. But I think if you're so upset I think it's better for you to calm down and relax it a little bit. And maybe that's what he had to do. I don't know if that is or not, but I think him coming out there and shaking his hand after proves it. If he was so mad at him, if he did not respect, because you're saying he didn't shake his hand because he didn't respect him. I don't think that's true because he went out there, stopped him.
That's it.
Then why is it a big deal? Then why is it a big deal? If he had
a way of respect, I didn't say it was disrespect. It's a way to respect.
Well, he respects him in a different way. He respects himself more. He doesn't want to go out there and make it and be all mad and go out there and shake his hand in a bad mood with all the press there. And by the way, he was on the other side of the court. He was already walking back when like 2 minutes with like 10 seconds left of the game.
No, I think Anthony Edwards is capable of walking across the court and going.
Okay, so he's all upset. So he's all the way. He's always upset, and he has to walk all the way over there as they're celebrating, shake their hands, and walk all the way back to where he was. When he could just go there, relax, and shake his hand after. Just make it a big deal. And by the way, did I not send you the article where Kobe Bryant, with 5 seconds left of the clock, ran out there and started swearing in the locker room? Did you not see that?
And then what I like to bring up, but you freaking keep interrupting me, is I will give Anthony Edwards credit. This year he did throw a whole tantrum where he threw chairs everywhere and started running out anything. This was his face after he lost.
Yeah, he missed the game-winning free that would have got the game 6. That would suck.
And then he didn't shake Jokic's hand. He didn't shake Jamal Murray's hand. But you know what Jamal Murray and Jokic did when Anthony Edwards beat them?
Jokic started yelling at Jokic started getting mad at him for shaking his hand to the fans. That's what he did.
What?
Jokic started getting mad at Anthony Edwards for shaking his hand at the fans.
For waving.
You didn't remember that? Remember when Anthony Edwards did this to the fans? Yeah, he was, because Nuggets fans were being pricks to him all along. But it's a rival. That's what rivals should do. I'll be mad at Jokic if he did that, but I would respect it out of the rival. If Jamal Murray and Jokic did that, if they beat us at our home,
I don't care.
I would respect it for the rival.
Jokic and Jamal showed far more class and respect because they went up, they shook his hand after they lost.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that zone, but that does not mean Anthony Edwards is like not valuable of your respect, and he's just a bad person. You just can't like him at all because of couple mistakes.
He's not a bad person because of that. I don't think he's a bad person. I mean, definitely got some weird traits to him. Don't want to talk about some of the things off the court, but freaking Xavier Howard 2.0. But
that is not like it was not like that. It was way worse. Xavier Howard was sending pictures of like nude pictures of the like a 11-year-old's mother to the kid. That was messed up. That is messed up. But Edwards did not do that. I did not do that.
And Edwards did something almost as bad as that.
It was not a good act, and he made an apology for that. I don't know how real that is or not, but I don't really care what he does off the field. I like him as a player because he's on my team, and I think as a player and as a leader, he's showed a lot of improvement. Because where was this Wolves team without him? This team was in the dirt. He came in here, and he was really young, and he talked to the coach. He comes in there, and he sometimes even criticizes them. Like I don't know if you watched the post game with him and Karl-Anthony Towns. He's like you got to stop fouling all the time. You got to stop fouling. I think he keeps it real, and sometimes his anger gets the best of him. But I think that's what makes that team drives. Look at Kobe. He was angry all the time, yelled at his people, punched them, did all this stuff. And all those players go around now that they're here today. They said we did not like it then, but now looking back at it, that's why we succeeded, because it made us want to compete and almost make him proud. And I don't know if it's the same, but I don't care if Anthony Edwards has to yell at them or give him a hug or whatever he has to do. if whatever he does helps them make him work, that's a good leader. And they say he's a good leader, and that's all for them to say, not for us to say.
Somebody's a little late. Hello, world.
Someone's a little late. World.
Cardi's taking out his Boston half.
What's popping?
What's popping? Ready for the Dallas to be 2-5. It's coming, buddy. It's coming.
Jaden got bailed out again. What else is new?
Porzingis
played better than him.
Every night. Porzingis isn't doing that.
Porzingis played better than him. Freaking Pizza Rolls played better than him. Pingles. All right, back to what I was saying. It's not for us to say. We don't know Anthony Edwards. He doesn't know us. He doesn't know we're having this conversation about him right now. And we are not in that locker room. I wish I was, but we're not in that locker room. And we cannot say whether he is a good teammate or not, or a good leader or not. But I can say we can use evidence based off how good that team's come and how what they say with their own mouths. He's a good teammate. He's a good player. He's a good leader. And hey, I'll say this: I don't think if I had to make a bet, if I had to make a gambling bet, all on red or all on black, I would probably say not Rudy Gobert. His son, what's his name? Draymond Green. I would say he's, just from what I've seen, he's not a good leader. But if his teammates say he's a good leader, I'll take their word for it.
Okay, just all I'm gonna end this with. Look at Draymond Green's clips of being a leader. Look at Anthony Edwards' clips of being a leader.
Was that when he punched Jordan Poole?
Okay, punches happen all the time in NBA practices. It is
okay, but someone not, but him yelling at his. Okay, so let's say this: they both made a mistake. You can say, right?
It's not like he went over the bench in the playoff game and punched Jordan Poole. When Jordan Poole missed the free throw in the playoff game, he said, I missed a shot there too. It's not a big deal. Get up and get over it," is what he said.
Dude, all I'm saying is this: you criticize him for making one mistake of him maybe yelling at his teammate or him not shaking hands, whatever it is. But Draymond Green making one mistake of, I don't know, physical assault is that just happens. It's just conversation. It's just you got angry. Woo, not a big deal. See, this just proves your biasness, bro. You I'm sorry, yelling at your teammates compared to punching them is a little bit different when both of them happened once.
Talk about biasness. Talk hates Draymond Green, and he was agreeing with me.
Because he hates Anthony Edwards because he absolutely owned their team. That's why. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is this:
he hates Draymond Green way more than Anthony Edwards.
I doubt that. I just the way he talked to Anthony, I know he has hidden hurt feelings in his body from what he did to him. But anyway, back to what I was saying. If we're talking like Rudy Gobert, or not Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green.
When Rudy Gobert coughed on all his teammates, gave them all COVID. Yeah,
he was not on the Timberwolves at that point. I don't care.
I killed a guy on the Timberwolves on the Cavaliers, but it's
okay.
fine.
You're acting killing someone. All right, back to what I was saying.
That happened just as long
ago. So we can both agree with this. Draymond Green and both Anthony Edwards, outside of there are a couple mistakes, they both showed leadership in their team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they both made one mistake, right? And that mistake was both affecting their teammates. One was yelling at them, saying, "Give me the ball." One was physical assault. Why does that rule not apply with him?
You're wording it in your favor.
He punched him in the face. What the frick are you talking about?
This isn't the first time he's done this, by the way.
Has punched somebody in practice. But guess what?
Oh, yeah, Anthony Edwards just locks up Mike Tyson, punches someone right in the face. I'm sure there would be news about that, dude.
Like Draymond Green's unfortunately did.
Okay, so you think in common practice, you were just punching someone in the face. He got knocked out, dude. You think it's happening on a daily basis? Anthony Edwards do that on a daily basis? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Draymond Green apologized right after.
Yeah, he made a whole documentary about it. It was the most cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life. All right, listen.
Had him over for dinner, and they made up.
That's good for him. That's good for him. That's good for him. That's good for him.
Yeah,
that does not change it.
He was a leader, and he helped lead their team that next season
to a play-in loss. All right.
No. To 2021 finals win.
Back to what I was saying. And that one got carried by Curry again, like the fourth time, or fifth time. I don't remember.
Has Anthony Edwards led his team to finals?
He's also 22 years old and on a team that's been cursed for years. All right, Draymond Green's pushing 80. his years just started. All right, Curry did not win his first year. By the way, I'm gonna pull up Curry's first year stats. I can gladly will, but so yeah, so they both made a mistake that affected their teammates, and you're saying one is a bad leader because he made one, and the other one is not. When you compare them both, one is yelling at their teammates.
No, but it's constant with Anthony Edwards. He's constantly yelling at his teammates. He's constantly being over cocky.
Show me any other clips of him yelling at his teammates. Go ahead. I guarantee you. Try to find it.
I'll go find some right after. I will go find some.
All right. No, I'll look it up right now.
Okay.
You know, after every single game, he's smiling every single game. He's happy every game. After every game, he says good thing about his teammates every single time. Just because he got mad in one game where he's really passionate about, and he said some mean things to his teammates, that is not as bad as punching someone, physically assault, knocking them out.
His team needed the most then. Did the Warriors need Draymond in training camp in July? No.
It doesn't change anything. So all right, Zone.
I would like to point out, people don't mention this. Jordan Poole shoved Draymond basically to the ground, the moment before Draymond punched him. So technically, Poole assaulted Draymond before Draymond.
Oh damn!
Right. And he could have just walked it away, not freaking full on Mike Tyson knock him out.
So you should defend yourself. Okay, you should just let a guy push you around.
Self-defense.
Exactly.
Like a 70-pound guy, yeah, you should probably not Mike Tyson him right in the face. I would probably agree with that.
Okay, Jordan Poole's not 70 pounds.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and the only thing that are coming up, Zone, only thing that are coming up is the one from the thing. That's the only one that's coming up. There's no other stuff of him yelling at his teammates.
Yeah, online, but in games, he's definitely
Where else would it be?
Freaking look at old games from a year ago. Look at the game that they
old games. I did watch the games. He's never yelling at his teammates, dude.
Yes, he is.
He never does. No, he's not. What he's doing is he's actually like he's complimenting his teammates.
World will even say this. Draymond Green encourages teammates during games. His teammates, he does.
I'm sure he does, and I'm sure he's a good leader. Zone. I'm not saying he's a bad Zone. I'm not saying he's not a good leader. I'm trying to use your logic against you because you're saying Anthony Edwards is a bad leader because he did one bad thing once, but he did one bad thing once and it was significantly worse. So that just proves your biasness. And you're he does yell at teammates. I watch the games. You do not. He never does. What he does, I watch every Zone. I watch almost every single game this year, and not once did he yell at his teammates. The only thing that even came close would be like him on the bench talking to him and maybe being a little upset. That's the only thing. And every single player does that. Do you want to pull up Curry doing that? Because he did that too, and he's justified doing that. That's what a leader should do. That's what Kobe did. That's why they won 4 or 5 championships. This is ridiculous, and it's not for us to say whether someone's a good teammate or not. It's for the teammate.
I'm not saying one specific moment of Anthony Edwards. There's multiple moments of Anthony Edwards being a bad leader, and also
there's not multiple. You're lying. You're flat up lying, Zone. You're lying. You're lying, Zone. You're just straight up lying.
I pulled up.
Then find me the clips right now.
During the entire game, he didn't shake anyone's hands. There was a clip that I sent you a few weeks ago on Twitter of him yelling at who was it? Freaking the big ass forehead guy. What's his name? Kyle Anderson. In the freaking
that was the game. That's the game I'm referring to, Zone. That's the only game. That's the only game.
No. In the Sun series, when they were down at one point, he was yelling at him.
Yeah, that was the dude. Oh my gosh! That was the worst translation. You want me to pull it up, dude? It was not even close to what he was saying. I'll pull it up right now, Zone. You tell me if it is translated right. You tell me.
In the Sun series, when they were up, when they would beat him, when they swept him, and they were down for just a little bit, he started yelling at Kyle Anderson. Was that his name?
Nope.
Yes, he did.
It takes forever to shoot too.
Bro, he freaking the gayest shit I've ever seen.
Hey, I like Anderson.
Two-step verification.
It takes forever to shoot.
It's bad.
Yeah, all I know is this, Zone. I watch all the games. I know after every single game, he has a huge smile on his face, and he compliments his teammates. And all his teammates say that he's a great leader and a great
Okay,
teammate.
it's
So
not
I don't
like
care
Cat's
what
gonna
they.
go out saying, it's not like Cat's gonna go out saying, "Oh yeah, Anthony Edwards is a horrible leader." It's not like Curry's gonna go out saying Draymond Green's a horrible leader. They're not gonna say that to the press. You think they're crazy?
Well, I don't understand what you're trying to say. You're just trying to pick for something that's not there.
I've showed you a million reasons.
You show me like 2, and they all been like wrong. So
No, they haven't. He's a bad sportsman.
you think all the coaches and all the players just straight up lying? They actually is half the hours of infuriating passion.
Cardi, I'm not saying that. I'm saying in the
I really don't
moments
understand
that
what
he-
you're saying.
in the
I think you're just
moments he's-
salty, honestly.
In the moments he's needed most, he starts going crazy. He starts having anger issues. Starts selling to his teammates.
Oh,
did it
I've
in
heard
the
that
Nuggets
before.
series.
I've heard that before.
He started doing it in the Nuggets series. Have you not seen that clip of him clapping at Cat's face after Cat missed a 3? You haven't seen that clip?
No, I do not. But I do know they won. I knew Karl Anthony Towns and them are great friends, and they hang out all the time. I'm sure they wouldn't hang out all the time if he hates him. You out of everyone should know that what happens on sports.
Cruddy, do you think that doesn't discourage him in the moment, Karl Anthony Towns?
I don't know. You should ask him. I don't know. He seems like he likes him.
Yes, the hell it did. Like
And you're him, and you just know what he thinks. And you know what clicks him or not. Maybe that motivates him. Who knows?
Okay. So you miss a shot in a game, and your teammate makes fun of you for it. You're like, oh, great.
That might make me want to do it even more, honestly. And I don't know.
I'm happy for
Joni, you're not Karl Anthony Towns zone. You don't know if that motivates him. You don't know if that does not motivate him. I'll tell you, Kobe did the exact same thing too. What did he start calling? Did he start calling his teammates soft and losers after they missed a couple shots? And he promised he would give him their game and he promised he would give him his shoes when he's done. But after they lost, he said he took the shoes away from him. Remember that? Is he a bad leader now?
He was a perfect human being and definitely not a perfect leader.
Yes, he will. Then why did they win 5 championships?
Yeah,
and why do all his teammate players come out and say? Why do all his teammate players come out and say that Kobe, the way he pushed our button and the way he did that is why we won our championships?
Yeah, and he motivated. He didn't discourage
Yes, he did. Okay, so calling them soft and punching them and ripping their shoes away from them is not discouraging them.
He
called Dwight Howard.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So on the sideline, he punched him right in there. Or what happened? What happened when that one? I forgot his name. When he didn't foul that one guy and he had to run across the whole court and foul him. He starts yelling at him and swearing at him.
Then how does it happen when Kobe does it? They win finals, and when Anthony Edwards does it.
Because he's 22 years old. He's not as good as Kobe. You ever thought of that? Are you saying? You think he's good as Kobe?
Not as good as Kobe.
No, he's not good as Kobe. And no, and even if he would be as good as Kobe, it would not be right now at 22 years old. So it doesn't matter. I'm saying as a leadership, you can't say what is good or not. You're not in the NBA. You're not in the locker room. You know Anthony Edwards.
No freaking crap, genius.
Yeah, so stop. So you can't criticize someone's leadership when you're not there.
From the clips I've seen
And from the clips I've seen of Draymond Green punching his teammates, yelling at his teammates multiple times. I can pull up those clips too. I can show them.
Do me show you a clip of him encouraging this team. I can show you a million clips.
Yeah, I'm sure I can find clips of Anthony Edwards doing that too, like in Game 7, when they're down 20 points, where he's on the sideline yelling, not yelling, but he's motivating them.
When Draymond was down, when they were down by points, Draymond Green was encouraging. He's there when this team needs him most. That's the difference.
Yes, so was Anthony Edwards. Want me to show you the clip? I watched the mic up in Game 7. He did the same thing.
Pass me the ball only. Let's see that clip.
Yeah, those are all specific things. I'm sure every single NBA player has said that before once in their life. St. Curry has never said "pass me the ball" before. Like when he was yelling, when he was yelling at his teammate.
Pass me the ball only. That's different.
Yes, when he's wide open, missing wide open freeze. I think it's passing the ball. Yes, I agree.
On the bench, him being a cocky little bitch. That's the difference.
He was not on the bench. He was on the court. What are you talking about?
Are we seeing the same clip? In the clip,
I'm watching it right now. I just watched it again, and he was on the court.
In the clip, he goes to the bench and says, "Pass me the ball only." Is what he says.
I'm watching it right now, and that's not true.
Yes, it is. Share your screen then.
All right, so I'm watching right now.
Yeah.
Karl-Anthony Towns just missed a wide open three.
Yeah, in when who was it? Freaking James Wiseman. He missed a shot wide open. Draymond Green went up to him. This was in a playoff game. He said, "I missed one there too. It's all right. Get back up. We're good." Is what he said.
Yeah, he did miss one there. That sounds like him.
What? Oh, that okay. So you're coughing out of me showing Draymond Green.
All I'm saying is Anthony Edwards. He is way better than anyone on that team. He's the best player on that team. He's not.
What? That doesn't. Cardi, you're changing the subject. We're talking about leaders.
Yeah, I'm watching right now. He was on. He's saying, "Give me the ball."
Right now.
Okay. Yeah, look. I'm looking at it right now. Hold on, I'll show you. Let me share my screen. Is it sharing my full screen?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Go back.
I am going back.
Oh my gosh.
It's loading.
My goodness.
Loading.
By the way, this is Bob. You have to look at his lips. Some of these translations are awful, Zone. This is a YouTube channel made this. A YouTube channel called Legends Edits. May I remind you? This is where you're getting your hate from Anthony Edwards off of Legends Edits.
It's on Twitter.
No. I read the lips too, in the clip.
Yeah, and half of them are like terrible.
Your McDonald's Wi-Fi. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'll have to reload it.
Holy freaking crap! My phone's at 10%. I'm freaking god.
Okay, so he misses wide open three.
It's not any of this. Just wait. It's not any of this.
I know it's not this. So he's saying pass me the ball as he's on the court. Just pass me the ball on the court.
Right here. Just
Never
pass
says
me the
it.
ball. Just pass me the ball.
They're always talking about passing the ball. That's all he said.
He ain't talking about passing me the ball. And then he said, "Pass me the
All
ball."
right, is he saying that? Watch it. Where did he say that? I'm sorry. I'm not seeing it.
Check captions.
Incredible. It wasn't just that video.
Like,
I'll show you.
I don't see. I don't know where this guy. He doesn't have a mic on. Like, I don't know how this guy's just making assumptions. Like, I can't believe you're getting all this hate from Anthony Edwards off a translation of a guy called Legends Edits.
I already hated Anthony.
Like right now, he could be talking about literally anything.
I hated Anthony Edwards far before this clip.
And yeah, this is all against the Mavs, by the way. I don't know what you're talking about, the Suns.
There was another clip that I sent, or maybe I didn't send it to you.
I'm sure. Was that also from Legends Edits? Amazing next level translation. That is ridiculous. Professional lip reader. Okay. So this is the guy. He's a professional lip reader. An NBA analyst. Right. With 60,000 subscribers. He's a professional lip reader. Okay, I'm sure. So we all hate Anthony Edwards because what's his name? NFL translator or whatever the hell. He read him saying, "Pass me the ball," when they weren't passing the ball. He's a bad leader.
Nope.
I can go to that channel zone. I could find clips. I could find clips of Curry doing that. I could find clips of Draymond Green doing that. I was looking at them yesterday.
No. After this sport, Bill, I want you to find a clip of Curry going to his bench and saying, "Pass me the ball only." Find a clip of him saying that.
I'll look it up.
Okay. Look it up.
All right, Stephen Curry cheated with his teammate during timeout.
Yeah, everybody
In
gets hated in
2020.
times. I can find a million moments of Anthony Edwards, but it's the
I
point
mean,
where
there's probably been millions of times where LeBron's gotten heated with his teammates.
And everyone does that, and there's nothing wrong with it. Okay. This is him saying, well, it said in the caption, saying him yelling, "Give me the ball." I don't know if that's right, because I don't know. Hey, this guy's a professional lip reader like the other guy. We'll see. See that? Give me the effing ball. Is that not what he's saying? Give me the effing ball. Come on. And I don't think Curry's a bad leader at all.
Was
think
this
that
from the
happens.
2021 season? Which season was this
That
from?
haircut was horrible.
This is
by the way.
2020 because no one's there.
Yeah, it's the 2021 season. Because
As the 72 game.
They had it
season.
locked down in 2021 too.
Well,
Oh, that's right. They
not
canceled the
really.
2020 season.
So the 2021, they cut the season down to 72 games, and throughout the regular season, there was no fans allowed in the arenas. Like they're literally using sound effects from 2K.
Yeah, NFL
Like
NFL did the same thing. NFL had like little like box cardboard boxes in the field. Like, what the
It
hell?
wasn't until the playoffs was when fans were allowed, and fans were doing some wild stuff. They're throwing water bottles on the court. They're spitting on players. They were running.
Oh my
on
gosh!
the court.
I remember when they did the when they put like the Zoom calls like on the court. That was the weirdest.
Oh,
What
yeah.
deal was that?
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
That
I
was so
remember.
bad.
Oh
Bro,
man.
oh gosh. And remember that instant where that guy showed everything too on the Zoom? Ugh. That was bad.
Oh gosh! All right, Zone. So now that Curry said that, does that mean he's a bad leader too?
No,
I don't think it works. I don't think the argument works both ways. I think the argument has to work both ways. It can't work just against Anthony Edwards when how old was Curry here in 2021? 34, 35?
33.
I remember when Boogie was.
So
on
he's
the
what,
Lakers.
11 years more older than him in a regular season game with no fans. But in the Western Conference Finals, when you're playing your heart out and you yell at them, give me the ball, that makes you a bad leader, even though all the teammates say otherwise. But I guess they're just
Dude,
being
I'm not
manipulated or
just talking
whatever.
about that. I've seen other clips of him find it, and I will find it after the sport. I will go online.
Go
and
ahead,
I will
dude.
send you.
And I'm
Really?
sure there's clips. I'm sure there's clips of Curry that did more, which is not filmed. I'm sure there's clips of all NBA players that were not filmed. I'm sure
Well, I mean,
there's a lot of times. And who knows
you
what happens in
can't
the
say
locker
that.
room? I'm sure. Yeah, and you can't say a lot of things you're saying about him. You can't say he's a bad leader based off clips of him, even if it's every single minute him yelling. You can't say that because it's up to the teammates. It's up to the players. I mean, I could show some of the most brutal clips of Kobe. Which if you went on YouTube right now, Zone, and you saw clips, and you let's say this, after we're done the sports field and you're trying to prove your point, and you go there and you find clips of Anthony Edwards doing the exact same thing that Kobe did, you would be freaking out right now, sending so much stuff in the group chat, losing your mind, saying he's the worst leader of all time. And I just think it's ridiculous because I don't think it's for us to say. I really do not think it is. I don't think this
I
argument
think
is
that's fair.
ridiculous.
I think
And
that's fair,
honestly,
too.
I would defend anyone else. Draymond Green, my personal opinion, just from the outward look of view, it looks like he's a bad teammate, but I don't think he is. You know why? Because his teammates say otherwise, and his teammates have won championships and they play good, and they're a good team. We're a good team, and he has been their first teammates, and the teammates said he's been their first teammates. I'm not going to go up a whole case just because I do not like him. Like, oh, well, they're not going to say that because they don't want to say that because of the press. And well, what about this clip? Even though what he did to his teammates were
Cardi, you
way
have to
worse
let me
than
finish
yelling. Physical assault is way worse than yelling at somebody. But I don't care because that happens. That happens, Zone. And I don't think it takes away all the other stuff you do.
Cardi.
So I'm not going to say that. It's up to the teammates, not the fans that don't even know the guy, not in the locker room,
Let
not
me
on the team,
if
never
you
been in
don't
the
let me
NBA,
talk right now,
never
I'm
played
gonna have to
professional
kill you.
sports.
I'm sorry, I have to freaking talk. Holy crap. Let me talk. Okay?
Oh,
Let
I
me
didn't know
talk.
you
You
were
have to
holding.
let me talk at least once. You can't keep talking this entire time. I agree with you. I can't make an assumption. I never said I could. Okay? I never said I could. But from the clips I've seen, I would assume. I'm freaking using these transgender words. Assume he's an a-hole to his teammates. But yes, am I
Well,
making
could I not use
assumptions?
that clip of
Yeah.
Curry and assume that he is a bad leader
No,
or
because there's
a
a
to his
million other
teammates?
clips of him being a good leader.
Yeah, there's a million clips of Anthony Edwards too. I watch all the games every single time. He's cracking jokes with them. He's laughing at them after every single game. He compliments them. He always says how good his teammates says. I would not be here without my teammates. And even in Game 7.
Getting carried by a cat all day.
Well, I think he is definitely the most talented player there by far. But I think he just says that out of being humble, and just out of respect for his teammates. And there's even clips. There's clips of him and Cat. They go places. They have it looks like they're friends almost because what was that one thing they went somewhere. It was like this thing at like a store to like give away jerseys or whatever. So it looks like they hang out and stuff. I don't think it's like some undercover. I don't think you're acting like you're a detective. You're like undercover like this, like dark mystery where Anthony Edwards is an evil guy, and all the guys actually secretly hate him because you saw a couple clips of him.
And I never said that.
Then what? What you're saying is AL to his teammates, and that would imply that the teammates probably don't like him. Is it not? Too? If it's,
I'm saying,
I don't understand.
All I'm saying. I don't know what Anthony Edwards is like in practice. I've never said I do. Okay, I've never once said I do. But what I've said is Anthony Edwards does not give his team the encouragement or the motivation they need.
You cannot say that, Zone.
In those clutch moments. Yeah.
Zone. You cannot say that.
Shut up. Let me talk. But from what I've seen of him clapping in people's face, calling,
there's no clip of that, by the way.
Pass him the ball, and him the ball only. From the clips I've seen. I'm assuming in clutch moments he's not the best leader. He could be an amazing leader in regular season when they're up by 40, or maybe even when they're down by 20 in a regular season game. I don't know. I haven't watched all these Timberwolves games, but I will say in elimination.
Did you watch the ones when they swept you this year?
In elimination games, he's a bad sportsman. He shows bad sportsmanship.
Oh, eliminations where he's 0-3 in elimination games, right?
He's a
playing games.
He's a bad sportsmanship when he gets eliminated, and he's a bad teammate from what I've seen.
Oh my gosh, here we go again. Zone. This is what you're doing. You're saying this is all I'm saying, but you're acting like that does not apply to so much different things. If all you're saying is he's a bad teammate, and all you're saying is this, and all you're saying he's AL to his thing, that implies so much other different things that you're not admitting to. Like I don't know, Kobe being a bad teammate, his teammates not liking him. That implies a lot of different things that are not true. Because if he's AL to his teammates, I think his teammates would probably not like him, and his teammates do like him. So you're digging for something that's not there. No, this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. You're grabbing something that you're grabbing all the negatives, and you're just pushing all the positive aside. You said in regular season games, what happened? Did you not watch Game 7, where he was playing not that good against the Nuggets, and the whole time he's motivating his teammates, helping them, telling them what to do, and all this other stuff. And after that game, what did Coach Flynn say? He said this team would not be here. This team would not be here without Anthony Edwards. All teammates say that. So you're just taking everything that you do not like about.
We are arguing about different things. You are making us argue about different things. What I have said this entire time is that Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards could be the best friends off the court. I don't care. But in those moments when they need him most, he starts unmotivating them, and I can't make assumptions for him. But from what I've seen, I would assume that saying "pass me the ball" only does not motivate his team. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I guess Kobe was not motivating his teammates either, even though they said they were.
Okay, show these clips. I don't know. You haven't sent me one article about this.
You want me? I sent it in the group chat when we're doing the whole argument. Did you not watch it?
I did not, and I don't remember his teammates saying how motivated it was. And also, it's Yes, they said. I watched a Kobe Bryant documentary, and I think pretty sure all their teammates said, like him being such an ale to them, like he was being ale to them, and like they said that's what pushed them and motivated him to get over the hinge. And like I said, you're not in the NBA. We're not in the locker room. We don't know what clicks and what motivates teammates and what works in the locker rooms. So you can't just make assumptions about people. That's just ridiculous. Freddie, you're sounding like a freaking liberal.
No, I'm sounding like a rational person. I'm sounding like a rational person who doesn't make assumptions about people you do not know. Or they do not know you, and you're not in the NBA. You don't know what works.
Okay.
You're not professional. You're not in the professional national football
Zone,
and NBA league.
I have a question.
So we can't talk about Tom Brady being a good leader. I mean, a bad.
He was a good leader. Was a really good leader.
I meant a cheater, because we don't know for sure.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of actual factual evidence that was proven by the NFL.
Yeah, and there's a lot of actual factual
not factual evidence because the teammates said that it wasn't. Retard.
So Zone, if you're trying to motivate your teammates and some random guy makes a video and says like, "Oh, I don't think he's a very good leader. He's yelling at his teammates." Like how would you feel about that? Like,
that's not what I'm saying. Anthony Edwards doesn't give a freaking crap about any of us. I don't care. All I'm saying, and what I've said this entire time, has nothing to do with us.
I'm just saying it
Timberwolves-
seems hypocritical given Draymond Green's behavior. I'm just saying.
No. Okay, let's put Draymond Green into the situation. Okay, let's say Draymond was an amazing leader all series or all season, and then when his teammates need him most, he starts clapping in their face, saying, "Pass me the ball only." There's a difference. There has to be. Okay,
I
because
don't think clapping someone's face is as bad as punching
okay,
somebody.
that sounds really bad. That sounds really bad. But
like that punch like kind of ruined their chemistry.
Draymond Green ejected for yelling at James Wiseman. Draymond Green yelling at teammate compilation 4 minutes long. You watched this compilation.
You guys did Wiseman dirty, bro.
what?
Y'all did Wiseman dirty, bro.
Now look at a clip of Draymond Green encouraging teammates, Karate. There's plenty of clips.
Yeah, I've watched many games and he encouraged them all the time in the post in games in the end.
You forced Kevin Durant out too.
I'm not
You're
gonna
saying
let you
we don't
cherry
need you
pick
anymore.
certain moments. Okay,
Then you're cherry picking Draymond Green moments too.
no, I'm not. When
You're
there's
doing
more
the exact.
clips of him being a good teammate than there are bad.
And there's more clips of Anthony Edwards. You're cherry picking Anthony Edwards.
Okay,
Listen,
and that
listen,
could
I'll
be
say
there
this.
too. No,
Anthony Edwards.
no. Anthony Edwards can be an amazing teammate in the regular season, in all the times. All I'm
Had
saying-
been the postseason too.
Yeah, he
You're
could
not.
be.
You're taking one. You're taking one. You're taking one game from the Mavs. One game.
I'm taking 2 games, in which are the only 2 games he's lost, 2 playoff games. I'm taking those 2 games, which are the only 2 moments he lost. He's been a bad teammate in both those games. Oh, that's
He was not a bad. He was not a bad teammate. When they lost to the Nuggets in Game 5, he just ran out.
He ran out and he clapped in Cat's face after he missed a shot.
That did not happen.
I will show you clips of him being a bad teammate in that game. I watched a whole compilation.
And why don't we watch this 4-minute compilation? Because it can't work. It can't work. You're being really biased.
Karate. Here's the difference. That compilation. That compilation is of a million different things during the regular season. There's a million reasons of, but here's what I'm trying to say. Draymond, in the moments that his team needs him, in Game 7, in elimination games, he encourages.
Oh my gosh, dude! Did you not hear what I just said? What happened in Game 7 against the Nuggets? Where you do not see the mic up video. You do not. You're doing the exact same thing. You just see a bunch of clips and you take them out of context and you start hating on them. That's all you do.
That's not.
Same way. I cherry pick stuff out of Draymond Green and stuff. You took the punch out of context. I'm using your arguments against you right now.
Maybe the clips are out of context. I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, so maybe you should stop making assumptions about people, which is ridiculous and not real. And it's not for us to say, and it's not for us to even make assumption about it.
It's not for us to say anything about all this.
No,
I
it shouldn't. You let the teammates play and you let them do what they have to do. He made it to the Western Conference Finals at 22 years old, the first time in 20 years since the Timberwolves, and you're saying he's a bad leader. It's ridiculous, Zone. When I could pull up and you're saying he's bad, mean to his teammates. You're saying he's mean to his teammates and he's not nice to him. But I can show you a 4-minute compilation right now, but you keep on sharing my screen.
I'm calling him a bad leader in clutch moments, is what I'm saying.
And that's in clutch. What? That's the retardest thing I've ever heard. Dude,
No. In clutch elimination moments, he has been a bad
dude.
teammate.
He's 0-3 in elimination games in the before this game, before the Timberwolves against the Mavs.
I'm talking about in the past 2 years when they've been down big in both playoff games.
Okay, zone. Can I say this real quick?
Zone.
If you're down big, that's not really clutch. You understand what I mean? It's not Game 7. If you're down by like 3 games, then it's not really a clutch moment. I'll tell you what happened. He was playing good.
Sorry, I used the wrong vocabulary word. My gosh.
Well, I'll tell you what he was doing. He had like what 28 points, 30 points, and they weren't passing the ball. They're joking on the sideline, and you're criticizing him, calling him a bad teammate when he yelled at them and got mad at them when all his teammates has praised him in the past and present, saying he's a good teammate. And you're gonna come along and say he's a bad teammate based off of a couple TikTok clips you saw. And when I could bring that exact clips and worse with Draymond Green, with Kobe Bryant, with Michael Jordan, with all these other NBA players, and you're just throwing all this hate at someone for what almost every NBA player does, and it's clearly biased and ridiculous. Either you're stupid and you think only Anthony Edwards does this, or you're just completely biased and just
No,
an
no,
absolute
you're,
fool.
you're not listening to anything I say.
I listened to every word you say. It's all hocus
No,
pocus.
no, you're not. No, you're not.
I have.
Did you hear? Did you hear me say I the Timberwolves could be the biggest, best friends ever. I do not care. In the off the court, I do not care. They could be best friends for all I know. But it doesn't matter in the clutch moments if he's not motivated.
What
if
clutch
he's not
moment?
being
Name
good.
one clutch moment.
Or not clutch moment. I mean when they're down big in elimination games, they need.
Is that? Oh, they need him when he averages 30 points and they're joking on the timeline. I think Anthony Edwards needs them. I think that's what they need, Zone, because they were playing awful that game, and he was playing amazing, and they're not passing the ball. They're playing ridiculous, and they're joking around. So they need him, right? They need him, right? So they really need him. And him getting mad at them is not his fault, and it's not his problem, and it's not us. It's not. And who knows that motivates him? Kobe Bryant did the exact same thing, and all of them say is a good teammate. You do not know what makes him right, and what Kobe Bryant got criticized so much for that. So much.
I have never said I know more than the Timberwolves. I've never said that.
Me neither. Me neither. Both of us are fools talking about nothing that's not important, Zone. All I'm saying is exactly. So why don't you just listen to what they say and what they do? And what they say and do is that it's good. And you're taking one game where they're playing awful.
Show me a clip of Karl-Anthony Towns saying, yeah, Anthony Edwards is a great teammate to us when we're down big in elimination games.
Well, okay, he's not going to go on like a whole monologue saying exactly what you're going to say, saying, oh, when we're down big, he's a good team leader. Why would the frick would he even say that out of nowhere? That's the dumbest thing I've heard in my life. He's going to say that no one's going to ask him that silly question.
But we're talking about a specific out of context moment.
So I have to find an exact clip.
So you have no proof.
Okay. Well, it's just called connecting dots, Zone. It's called connecting dots. They say he's a good leader all season.
It's called adding stuff in from other stuff.
No, it's called them saying he's a good leader all season, and him playing amazing, and him being there. And by the way, Zone, you talk about clutch moments. If you would stop watching TikTok, if you would stop watching TikTok clips of his negative moments,
watch TikTok clips. It's off of Twitter clips.
Twitter, yeah, that's the place of all knowledge, Zone. That's the place of all knowledge.
That's a real accurate source there.
They're full video. They're full length videos.
And how did Twitter treat Draymond Green after he punched that one guy? Because I remember them crucifying him.
And what that makes okay.
No. You said that like Jordan Poole like kind of pushed him. Twitter was not talking. Twitter took one clip of him punching him.
I don't care what someone's reply said. All I said was in Twitter posted a whole video of Anthony Edwards being an asshole. It's not a clipped moment.
Yes, it was. It was clipped up, Zone. It was clipped up. That was not a full length video.
Right. I do not care about. I'm talking about Anthony Edwards. Stop bringing up other players.
Well then stop being biased and say the same thing about him.
I'm Cruddy. Okay, show me a clip of Draymond Green discouraging someone in an elimination.
Probably because they're usually winning. Probably because he's always a part of super teams. Maybe that's why, Zone.
Exactly. So there's no proof.
Yeah, and maybe his teammates are not playing god awful and laughing on the sideline in the Western Conference Finals, Zone.
Okay, but either way, there's no proof for you to prove that.
Okay, well I'll tell you this: Draymond Green. I have a 4-minute video of him treating his teammates like absolute terrible. Him treating his terrible. Hold on, let me speak. So let's say, can I please talk? Let me talk. I have a pretty good point here. I'd like you to hear it, Zone. So there's a 4-minute compilation. I haven't been able to watch it because you keep on sharing it because you're embarrassed of yourself. But hold on, let me say it. Let me say it, Zone. Let me talk. It's a 4-minute compilation. It was 6 years ago, by the way. Probably a whole new compilation now. And it's his teammates probably doing something stupid. That's probably what I'm guessing. And then he gets mad at them. Now, the reason why he probably doesn't do it in the playoffs all the time, I don't know, maybe because they're part of super teams and it probably doesn't happen so much often. But I guarantee you, just based off the evidence of him getting mad at his teammates for being stupid, I guarantee you, if he was on, hold on, it is an assumption. It is an assumption. It's not true, and that's why he's a good teammate, Zone. That's why he's a good leader. I agree with that because you know why his teammate says that. So I'm not gonna make assumptions. I can make an assumption, but I'm not gonna say that's true, or I'm not gonna say that's even what I think because it's just so stupid for me to make a point about that.
I made an assumption. I never said it was.
But do you believe that?
I made an assumption. That's what I said.
Do you believe it?
I made an assumption. I don't know.
Well, what do you? Well, okay. Well, what? I don't know what you're saying. Then either you believe in it or not.
I don't know. I There's evidence to prove it, and there's evidence to not prove it.
There's not really evidence for anything. The only evidence is that his teammates say he's a good teammate, and that's the end of the conversation.
No. That's evidence that proves your point. That's the difference.
Okay, so if we're arguing about or if we're arguing about like, oh wow, Vanessa is a real rude friend to Carly, and Carly comes along and says she's a great friend, and then Carly comes along and says Vanessa's a great friend, and then you're like, oh, that's just evidence. That's just evidence to prove your point. What the frick are you talking about? No, it's evidence to prove everything. That's what we're talking about.
That's like Carly. Oh my gosh.
You're all right. You ever say it again so it doesn't go over your head? If we're having an argument that Vanessa is a rude friend to Carly, right? And then Carly walks right over here, and she tells us she's a great friend, and then you say, "Oh, that's just trying to prove your argument." No, that's proving the argument what we're arguing about.
Okay. There's a little difference between Vanessa and Carly in the Disney Channel.
It's just name Zone. You know the analogy. It's not that hard to understand, Zone. We're arguing about he's a good teammate, and his teammates say he's a good teammate. A bad teammate is being bad to teammates, and the teammates say he's a good teammate. This is not 1 + 1. This is freaking ABCs, easy as can be. All right, this is not that hard, Zone. We're arguing about that, and their say isn't. I think there's clips of Draymond Green, and if I did not know his teammates said that, you know what I'd probably say? I'd probably say, oh my gosh, his teammates probably hate him. But they don't say so, and they don't act like it, so he's not.
We agree with each other. All I made was an assumption. And I agree it could be very wrong.
Well, that assumption's not based in reality, Zone. That's the only problem here.
Well,
It's the only problem.
It's in assumptions from videos I've seen, yes.
Yeah, videos that can be swift 100 different ways.
That's phones at 1%.
That's probably not even translated, by the way. It's translated by freaking Epic Translator, whatever the hell the name was.
What is this whole freaking thing unplugged?
But can we pull? But I'm sure I can find Draymond Green yelling at his teammates in playoffs. I guarantee I can find that.
Hold the frick on. My phone's about to die. Hold the frick on. Okay, hopefully it doesn't freaking die. But credit, all I'm saying is assumptions. All I'm doing is I'm assuming.
Okay, well, assumption means you believe it. Is that not what assumption is?
No, it's not. It's saying what you're seeing, and what I've seen was Anthony Edwards being a bad teammate just this game.
And I'm sure I could clip some clips of. I could take a clip of Curry. I could take a clip of Luka. I could take a clip of Jokic. Maybe I could take a clip of Draymond Green. I take a clip of so much. I could take a clip of any NBA player, and I could swift it and put it on TikTok or put it on whatever the hell you saw it on Twitter, and I can make people think 10 million different things. It does not mean it's true.
Cardi. That is such a broad thing to say. When I'm not calling Anthony Edwards a bad teammate overall. That's a broad thing to say. I'm calling Anthony
Well, you're
Edwards
assuming that he is, and you believe that he is.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Anthony Edwards is a bad teammate in elimination games. That is a very narrow, specific moment.
No, it's the zone. Game 6 is not. Game 5 is not an elimination game. Well, it is, I guess, but
it is
Well, then why is he?
Let me talk.
Okay, what about Game 7? What about Game 7?
Let me talk. The 2 games that he's been eliminated in, destroyed. He was a bad teammate.
Okay, he was not destroyed in Game 5 against the Nuggets, dude. It was. They won by 3 points.
Okay, well, they
2 points actually.
They still lost. Either way, let me freaking talk. Okay, those 2 games. That's like, okay, we have 2 games to make this a whole assumption, which is why this assumption can be wildly inaccurate.
Or so 2 games. 2 games makes him a bad leader.
Nope.
Well, that's what your assumptions means.
Credit. I'm not calling Anthony Edwards. I don't know what's so autistic in your head.
That's what you're saying in the chat, and that's what you've been saying the whole time.
What I've been saying is he's a bad leader in eliminated games.
Then what happened in Game 7 against the Nuggets? Do you not watch the mic up? Because let me tell you. Let me tell you something.
He won that game. You dumbass.
Yeah, but the whole game. He was mic'd up that game, and the whole game he was encouraging his teammates, helping them on, even when they're down 20, when they're playing bad. He was encouraging them on. Yes, he got upset one time because he was not passing the ball and they were joking around. You know what? You know why he didn't get upset in Game 7? He was not upset at them because they're playing bad. He was upset because they're joking around. That's why. They were playing bad in Game 7, and so was he. And he didn't get upset. And they won the game. And if you watch the mic up, you'll see it. Because if you actually watch the clips of him being good, not just him clips being bad, you might have a different opinion. Because this is why I don't like this. Because I might watch a lot of clips of Draymond Green or any NBA player of its worst moments.
And
I can make
going back to the broad thing. Now you're going back to the broad thing.
No. This is what I'm saying. Zone, you made an assumption based on what you saw. Is that not true?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. I could watch clips of any other NBA player of its worst moments, like Giannis running out to get that ball, or I don't know, Curry. That clip I showed of Curry. I could look at any of those clips. I can make an assumption right now on the spot saying they're a bad teammate, or in certain games, Curry he just yelled at his teammates and he's not so nice, and I think he's a bad leader.
Hold on. Exactly.
I can make that assumption. Does that mean that assumption's true? No, because there's so much other things to prove it otherwise. Same way, Anthony Edwards. So much other things in elimination game zone. In elimination games, the whole thing you narrowed it down to. There's a lot in elimination games where he is a good teammate, and if you watch the mic up and actually watch the good moments, not the bad moments, you would know that. So your assumption is false.
What I mean by elimination games that he got taken out of, and that's 2. And in both those games, he was bad. He was what I saw. How
was he a bad teammate in Game 5 against the Nuggets?
I saw a few clips of him not going up to his teammates and not being good to him, and then.
No, not against the Nuggets in Game 5. He never did that. That game was close all the way till the end.
Maybe it was something else. But either way.
One game. Okay. So
one
elimination game. So 1 out of like 5 elimination games he played.
No. One. Sorry, I have to kick you off for a second. 1 game out of the 2 I'm talking about. Oops, hold on.
Okay,
1 game out of the 2
quick.
games I'm talking about.
All right, Zone. So now that I proved you wrong that he was a bad leader, now you're trying to say he's a bad leader in elimination games, and I proved it wrong again because what you just said, he's a bad leader in elimination games, and it's only 1 elimination game when he's been in 10 elimination games, 5 even a lot of elimination games. Zone 1.
What I meant by elimination game was when he got eliminated.
And what happened? So all right, so that's 50%. So 1 elimination game where he got eliminated. He was being mean to his teammates where they're playing really bad. That makes him a bad teammate in elimination games. By the way, how do you know if you're going to lose or not? Like he was down in Game 7, right? He was down in Game 5 against the Mavs.
I mean, there's exactly. He could have won the game where he was being a good leader, but he knew he was going to lose that game when he was being a bad leader when he's down by 28, 29.
Okay, so you're saying he knew he was going to lose that game.
The Mavericks game when they were getting blown up by 40, yeah.
I'm sure he believed in himself like he always does, and I'm sure he was playing his heart out as he was, and I'm sure he was getting upset at his teammates because they were not taking it as seriously as him because they thought it was over. That's what I think. That's what it looks like. I mean, them laughing on the sideline, not taking it seriously, and playing like absolute dog trash and not passing the ball when he's playing as hard as he can. I'm sure that's probably what he thought. I'm sure he's thinking, I'm playing my heart out. They're not. I'm upset, and he was just upset about the whole situation. You don't understand. He's been wanting, hard, like all NBA players, and especially Anthony Edwards, even going back to his mom passing away, everything. His dream has been to get this finals and do this, and I'm sure he was really passionate about maybe making a comeback and making history, and then playing his heart out. His teammates over there laughing and doing stuff. I don't think you can paint him as a bad leader in elimination games just because 1 elimination game where his teammates were not playing good and were laughing at him.
Of the 2 he's played.
Okay, when was he being a bad teammate in Game 5 when he lost? When was it? Because you just said there wasn't.
I saw a clip of him clapping the cat's face.
Another clip.
And no, it's a video. It's a video. What do you want me to say? A video. Of him
Both of them are probably out of context and ridiculous, just like a lot of clips are.
It's video. It's a video from the game. I do not care. And you agree with it. In 1 of those 2 elimination games, either way, you agreed 50% of it that he was being bad or a poor leader.
Yeah, it's 2. It's 2. So it was 1.
Exactly.
So he was all right. So he was so he got mad. All right, so hold on.
More recent one.
Hold on, Zone. He was a bad. So you're saying he got mad at his teammate in 1 game because they're playing bad, right? in one elimination game where he lost, which by the way, you don't know if you're going to lose or not. I mean,
The
I
more
think being down
recent one.
20,
Well, I think
down
being
20 in the
40,
third
yeah.
quarter, being down 20 in the third quarter.
It was up to 32 1 at one point, 31.
So okay, well, he still believed he could win that game, and that's probably why. Because if he didn't, why was he so upset?
How do you know? How do you know? That's
Because
an
he was upset and he ran out and he was playing his heart out and
That's
and
an
why
assumption.
why would he
That's
be
an
so
assumption.
passionate? Why would he be so passionate and yelling at him if he did not think he was gonna win?
That's an assumption. You don't know. Maybe he was just mad at him.
That's okay. So he's just mad for no reason. That's your that. What are you
No,
talking about?
No, he's mad because they're playing bad.
So he's yelling, "Give me the ball!" He doesn't shake the hand with Luka. He walks out. He's all upset. You're saying that was all because nothing. He just didn't believe he was gonna win. And if he thought it was over, he would be laughing on the sideline with them. Zone. Why would he be upset at them?
He's a competitive player that gets mad when he loses.
Yeah, a competitive player means you're probably gonna believe you're gonna win. And like he said, and he said he believed he was gonna win. Did he not say, "Oh, I'm gonna get Micah Parsons game shoes in game 6"? Did he not say that? I'm sure he believed he was gonna win. Like I think that's a really ridiculous take you just made. That you think it's an assumption. It's this thing that Anthony Edwards thought he was gonna win. That is ridiculous. That's not an assumption. I think that's almost damn near a fact.
I don't think
Because he said it, so he's thinking he went out there. He has lied to the press and he said, "I'm gonna win." And you're. I think it's more of an assumption to say he.
So when he was down by 33, he went to the press and said, "I think we're gonna win this game." No, we didn't.
Zone. I'm sure he believed. I'm sure he believed that he was gonna win.
He could have lost confidence. We don't know.
He could have.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you're saying like that doesn't change. That doesn't change anything though. What does that mean?
It doesn't. I don't know why the frick we're arguing about any of this.
Okay, well, we're not talking about that anymore. Back to what I was saying. So I type in Anthony Edwards clapping in Cat by Cat, and I'm finding no clip of it. I don't know where you saw this clip.
I'll try to fucking find it.
Oh yeah, you'll try. Yeah, are you gonna go on AI videos because that's full of baloney? You just don't like him because he's cocky and a little arrogant, and you don't like it, and now you're just trying to dig for stuff.
Nope. I've proved every point.
You've not proved 1 point, Zone. Name 1 point you've proved.
Okay, and you agreed with this. The only point that I've made that I've stuck to was that he's a bad leader in games that he has been eliminated in.
No, you changed it 10 times. First he was a bad First he was bad in the playoffs. Then it was bad in clutch moments. Now it's bad in elimination games because I proved both those two wrong, and now I'm on my third.
The clutch moments. All that I meant. The clutch moments thing I meant to say was in those.
Oh, you meant to say it. Okay, yeah. You mean I proved you wrong, and you have to go to a new argument because you don't like him?
I said that instantly. What are you talking
about? No. And you said we could go back on this live. You were saying you said that he was a bad teammate. I could go back in the Instagram chat. You're saying he's a bad. You said broadly he's a bad teammate. He's a bad leader. It's what you directly said. You never said game 7 elimination games, all this stupid bull crap.
I never said broadly.
Well, you didn't use that word, but I'm saying like that's how you said it. Like you said it really broadly. Like you said he is a bad leader. He's a bad teammate. That's what you said. You want me to pull up the chat right now?
I may have started with that, but since this Sportville started, I have said eliminated.
Yeah, because I proved you wrong. And what is this? I type in Anthony Edwards clapping in Cat's face. We have him Anthony Edwards hyping up Cat. There's nothing, not a thing on all of Google. If it happened, it would be on something zone. Where is it?
I don't know. I'll fucking find it.
Because you're full of crap, so you probably just made that up.
Maybe it's something here.
Or maybe it was taken out of context, and the media doesn't care about it because it's not a big deal. Only people on Twitter who clip stuff and take it out of context make it a big deal. You're taking your advice of translators of an edit, a guy who makes NBA edits of his translation on Twitter of clipped up clips. That's what you're making. That's what you're making your assumption on. It's ridiculous, and that assumption is built off hate of Anthony Edwards. I really think it's what it is. I don't see you doing this with Kobe. I don't see you going up old clips of Kobe and doing this to Kobe. So why are you so passionate about what Anthony Edwards does, and why are you so passionate about him being a bad leader? Why don't you do Kobe or any other player? Why not? You're only doing this because Anthony Edwards because you do not like him, and that's fine, Zone. You don't have to like him. You don't have to make lies about him. That's just ridiculous. I don't like Draymond Green. I don't say he's a bad leader or he's a bad leader and whatever else because his teammates do not say that, Zone. His teammates do not say the bad leader in games, in elimination games, or whatever the hell you said. They never said that. And if you watch you watch other elimination games. What happened in Game 7 in elimination game again when he's down 20, where he helped that team win, where not only in his skills but his vocal. You watch the mic up thing. If you watch positive clips about him, he's hyping them up. He's helping them, telling them what to do, giving them advice, all this stuff. And yes, maybe he lost his temper a couple times when he lost. His teammates are playing bad. He's young. He gets passionate, and does not make him a bad leader or a bad player or whatever your argument is. I don't know what it is at this point. You changed like 10 times. I mean, so confused here.
He could be the greatest leader in the regular season, which he's not, by the way. But he could be. Okay? But it doesn't matter if you're a good leader all season, but you're not a good leader in an eliminated game.
But he is, though. That's the only problem here. Because he is good in elimination games.
Okay, so what happened this year? Was he a good leader? Was he a good leader this game in the Mavericks Game 5? Actually, hold on. World, was Anthony Edwards a good leader in Game 5 of the Mavericks game when he said, pass the ball to me and me only?
He never said me only. He never said that. What are you talking about?
Or pass the ball to me. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, pass the ball when he's wide open and they're joking around and making wide open threes.
No.
I'm looking confused, but okay.
on the bench, he said, "Pass the ball to me, motherfucker," or whatever he said. He said, "Motherfuckers, pass."
Oh yeah, the worst translation I've ever seen in my life. Do you want me to show that translation again? You tell me where he said "mother effer."
Can you freaking let Will talk?
Oh, but I can show Curry saying "pass me the ball, mother effers." I can show that.
Credit. I'm talking about in eliminated games.
Oh my gosh, you bring it down to one game zone, one game. Like, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
2 games.
Where was he? Yeah. The thing that's not existent. I went down to every single Google thing. There's not one article, one clip, nothing zone. There's not nothing. Where is it? I looked down every single thing.
Okay, yeah.
You're making stuff up.
I was wrong about that. I.
Okay, so he lost temper in one elimination game out of 10 or 8 elimination games.
Out of 2 games he lost it. Out of 2 games he lost.
And he never was mean to his teammates that game zones. What are you talking about? When did he do anything bad? When did he do anything bad in Game 5 against Nuggets when they lost to his teammates?
I thought I saw clips of it.
Besides the imaginary thing you just made up.
I will find it after. But
oh yeah, you'll find it. I'll wait, buddy.
But let's say he didn't. Let's just say he didn't. Then that would still be.
No, let's not say he did because he didn't. Zone. What are you talking about?
Okay. He didn't. Fine. He didn't. Whatever.
So in one, you narrowed it down so far, where you're saying he's a bad leader in elimination games, in playoff elimination games, where they lose and it's only one. Dude, do you not see the irony of this?
You are the one that you were the one that just eliminated the last 2. Okay, I think he was a bad leader in Game 5. I saw a clip of it. Maybe
no, he was not. When was he a bad? Name it, Zone. I'm asking.
Maybe that clip was a wrong clip, and maybe I was wrong. But from what I've seen, maybe he was a great leader. But in this last game, 50% of the games he's been eliminated.
He's been in 2.
Exactly.
So it's only 1 Zone. So he was a bad leader in one game. That makes him a bad leader in all elimination games. So all right. So you're telling me this. In every single elimination game from now on, where he's going to lose, he's going to be a bad leader because one game against the Mavs he was. Is that your argument?
No. If he's a great leader next game, then that means most of the time
so
he's been a good leader.
I don't think. First off, Zone, he's been down many times in elimination games, and he never lost his temper like that. What happened against the Nuggets? He was down big, and that was an elimination game, and he never lost his temper. Now, just because he lost his temper in one game zone does not make him a bad leader in every single elimination game he's in, or elimination games that he loses, whatever the hell you narrowed it down to. That is ridiculous.
In a lot of games.
So I wish you'd just be honest and have a little bit of maturity and just admit you're wrong. Like this would just end this argument. Like it's ridiculous. You don't. You can say Anthony Edwards is copying. Though. Oh my gosh, you are wrong. That's the problem. I think you know you're wrong.
But I'm right because 50% of what we're talking about.
Okay, so let's say this. Let's say this. Let me think of a random NBA player. I'll say, let's say Stephen Curry, right?
Karl Malone.
Oh, I know. Who's an NBA player that's never like been to the playoffs or been to like a Western Conference final?
Josh Giddey.
No, not Josh Giddey, please.
Ted Bundy. Oh, frick.
Shai Alexander. Okay, let's say he goes to the Western Conference Finals, right? And so he goes to the Western Conference Finals. and let's say he loses. He loses. He doesn't act out against his teammates. Whatever. He goes the next year, and then in that Western Conference Finals, his teammates play bad, and he gets upset. And then someone comes along and says, "Oh, in every single Western Conference Finals, he's a bad leader because in one Western Conference Finals appearance, the only time he ever got mad in Western Conference Finals, that means he's a bad one in every single one, and he's a bad leader in this specific game. Or maybe, oh my gosh, maybe it's just because his teammates are playing bad. It does not matter what game it was in, because I don't know, maybe he's played in like what, 1,000 games, 500 games, and it's never really happened before." And it only happens in one game because his teammates were not playing good and he got upset and he's passionate. Maybe that's why.
All I hear is a bunch of maybes.
No, you're saying maybe, Zone. You're the one saying maybes. You're the one saying, all right, so you're saying, dude, I can't handle this.
I will find the clips. I will find the videos. Sorry.
Dude, we've been waiting for like 3 days, Zone.
Cruddy, we are in an argument right now on freaking streamer on a freaking Sportville Live.
And I just looked. Zone. You're telling me if what you're saying is true.
Yeah, you made
Zone, you're telling me if what you're saying is true, if Anthony Edwards clapped in Karl Anthony Towns' face after he missed like a free or whatever the hell he said, that clip would not be nowhere on Google.
I was wrong. I thought it was something else. My fault.
Well, then what was it? What was
he
he doing that was bad in Game 5?
I don't remember. There was something that I remembered that always made me mad.
Oh, it's something you remember. Okay. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Was that like in your imagination that you're trying to make up excuses why you don't like him? Is that what it was?
Mm-mm.
I can't handle this, dude. Just admit you're wrong. It would be for the best of every single one. If I were you, I would just admit I was wrong and say, listen, I thought them clips. I took it out of context. I was wrong.
Shut that. If you shut that up right now, I'll admit I was wrong about a few things. I'll admit that, but I am not wrong about him being a bad teammate in eliminated games.
Okay, first off, you have to talk about what it even is to be a bad teammate, Zone. Could I not use the argument that maybe could you not make the argument that maybe his teammates were being bad when they're not taking it seriously and playing bad and laughing on the sideline?
You could 100% make that argument. And I agree with that.
Yeah, and Kobe's done that too. Does that mean Kobe's a bad leader in the playoffs?
I don't know. I'll have to look at those clips.
No, he's not. I'm telling you right now, he's not, because he's won 5 championships, and all his teammates say otherwise. So you don't have to look up clips. Zone. All I'm saying is this. Just all right. Let me make it easier for you. I'm gonna put you in Anthony Edwards' shoes. All right, which I know it's probably not your shoes. He's probably like 10 sizes more shoes than you, because I know you're like really, really small. But anyway, let's just say you're Anthony Edwards, right?
Too big for
You're Anthony Edwards, right? You're a great teammate all regular season. You love your guys as teammates. And you bring them to the playoffs. And you're down. Let's talk about Game 7 against the Nuggets. You're not playing good. You're not finding your rhythm, right? And then you motivate them. You get them in the game. They go out there. They play good. And then you go out there and play good. You had the biggest comeback Game 7 history at halftime, whatever. You do all this stuff. After the halftime show, he admitted he played bad. You admit you play bad. And you say that it's all on your teammates and that they are amazing. And you would not be there without them. You say all this great stuff, right? Then you go against the Mavs, right? You go against the Mavs. You lose a lot of games. And now you're down 0-3. You're probably really upset. But you have a dream, Zone. You have a vision to get this comeback, get this finals, as he believed he did. And then you had to win Game 1, or you win Game 4, where you play amazing. Now you're in Game 5 at your home, in the Western Conference Finals, where you can try to make history. And you're out there playing amazing. And all your teammates are laughing on the sideline, missing wide open frees. You said yourself you hate Kyle Anderson by the way he looks. Imagine sitting there seeing Kyle Anderson miss. Okay, well, imagine being there on the court playing as hard as you can. You see him miss a wide open free and not passing the ball. So let's say you get just how you get upset in Madden and everything else, even in real sports. You get upset. Maybe you yell at them and say, "Pass me the ball." You're just upset about everything, right? And then you lose the game. You're all upset, and then you calm down. Everything's over, and then you just go on. And then it's like 2 weeks later, you're sitting down, relaxing. You go on YouTube and you see a retard kid with a Bengals hat saying he's a bad leader in Western Conference elimination games where he loses. The most narrowed down bar you can bring it to just to fit your narrative. and say just because he had one bad game in an elimination game that he lost makes him a bad one in every single one. When I don't like how you're saying it like that because you're making it seem like just because it's an elimination game that he lost is why he was a bad leader. I think he probably acted that way not because it was an elimination game and not because they lost. Zone. One last thing I'll say: he did not act out because it was an elimination game, and he did not act out because they lost. He acted out because they were not taking it seriously and they were playing bad and they were not passing the ball. That's what they said, Zone. That's all. And I'm sure if it was a regular season game, if it was game one, he probably would have done the exact same thing. Who knows? Because when you play that way and you're not taking it seriously, and when it's something really important to him, that's how you act. It's not because it's an elimination game. It's not because it's whatever you narrowed it down to fit your narrative. It's not because of that, Zone. It's because his teammates were not taking it seriously. He got upset, and I think every single leader, like Stephen Curry did in the regular season, like Kobe Bryant did in the playoffs, and probably out his whole career did. It gets him motivated. And who knows what gets him motivated? I don't think it gets him motivated. I don't know if it doesn't do anything. It might just be because he's upset, and he's upset that they're in the Western Conference Finals and they're playing bad, and he's upset. That does not make him a bad leader, and does not make him a bad leader even in that game, Zone, because they were playing bad, Zone. They were playing bad. So you think him sitting there sugarcoating them? So you're telling me them playing bad, them laughing on the sideline. You think him going over there talking to him like it's okay, guys, would make him play better? Hell no.
Don't think saying pass me the ball.
Yes, I actually think it would help, Zone, because if they did pass the ball, they probably would have won the game. You understand that? Well, it would have been closer. It would have given him a better shot. I think him saying pass me the ball when he's wide open, and Karl sounds like he's freaking Michael Jordan from the three when he's wide open on the screen.
On the freaking bench. My gosh.
It never happened. I showed it again. It never happened. Want me to show it again?
Yes, it freaking did.
Yeah, it was the worst lip read I've ever seen in my life. He sounded nothing like that. Even if he did say that, what's wrong with that? Whether you're on the bench, so just because you're standing up or sitting down makes it different.
No, because pass me the ball when I'm wide open on the freaking court is different than pass me the effing ball.
Okay. So if you're out there playing and if they don't pass you the ball and then you go on the bench and they sit right next to you, Zone. So if they don't pass you the ball and you're wide open and they keep missing frees and they come sit right next to you, you're gonna sit there and say, "What's up? How's your Tuesday?" Then you're gonna say, "Dude, pass me the freaking ball." And just because NFL production, NBA thing translated that, not.
I think when you're on the bench, you start coming up with plays to get yourself involved with the team. Say like, maybe we can run this play to get me a ball here, or have you have an open shot here.
Yeah, but they were not taking it seriously, Zone. That's the problem. They were not taking it seriously at all.
Yeah, and if they weren't taking the job seriously at all, then they're a bunch of a-holes, and Anthony Edwards is the only good person on that Timberwolves team.
Well, that's what they're doing. You not see the clip of them laughing on the sideline? So you only see the bad clips, I see. And that is not. I'm telling you right now. You can make assumptions about things, but you can make your assumptions about what you see. You only know what you see in here, Zone, and what you saw and what you saw in here is probably which I would agree. I would probably agree with what you're saying if I just saw what you heard and see what you see. But you can't just fit that like what you see in here is the only thing that happens, Zone. There's a lot of things that happen that me and you do not see in here. I'm telling you right now, I saw a lot more and seen a lot more. I'm telling you what happened. I can actually show you the clips. I'm not like you where I make up stuff and I can't find the clips. I can actually show you the clips right now if you want to. So it doesn't. This argument is so stupid for one. I don't even know why I'm arguing this. I would probably argue about this for every other person because I think it's not up for us to say. It's up for them. And the fact you had to narrow it down to elimination games only when they lose, as if he knows he's going to lose or not, is so ridiculous. And it's not like he was in that game thinking he's going to lose. I'm sure he was trying his hardest, and they're not playing good, and he got upset. And he probably didn't. And him, and I'm sure Stephen Curry. You think Stephen Curry, if his teammates are playing god awful, and they're not passing the ball, he would not get upset at them in the Western Conference Finals? I think he would, and I think he should.
Okay, and that's a fair statement.
So are we done with this? I know you don't want to admit you're wrong because nobody wants to admit they're wrong.
I'm not freaking wrong. Because I'm not freaking wrong.
Yeah, okay. A lot of maturity here, Zone.
A lot of freaking maturity when we were freaking arguing at freaking 3 a.m. Yeah, a lot of maturity there. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying,
It's not a mature argument, but you can end it pretty maturely by saying you're just wrong because you are. Because I don't know how you can prove you're not wrong.
okay. Well, I haven't been able to talk the last 30 minutes.
John, just say this. It'll make it so much easier. Just say, in that one game, he was not acting the best. Whippy dang do. Conversation over.
Yeah.
You don't want to narrow it down to so much different things.
In the one of the two games that I'm talking about, he was not acting the best. Exactly what I've been talking about.
So one game.
The one game I've been talking, or two of the games I've been talking about this entire time.
So just because he was mean in one game means he's gonna be mean in every single elimination game that he plays in.
That's not what I said. I meant by elimination game, by when they got eliminated.
Zone. He was getting upset like in the second quarter. That was all like in the second quarter, Zone. That was before the game was even over.
40.
Well, yeah. I think anyone would be upset when they're down by 40. You think he would not be upset about if it was 40 in the regular season or any other game when his teams are acting that way?
I don't know about anything words in the regular season because I don't watch that team.
The team that swept you? You don't watch that team? Okay, that's fine. But anyway, listen. So he was mean in one elimination game that he lost, which, by the way,
Sometimes you have to be mean to get the point across.
What?
I think Zone. Do you want to pull the Stephen Curry clip again?
What does the Stephen Curry clip prove?
Of him screaming, pass me the effing ball. So just because that was not a playoff game makes it completely justified?
No. That clip is not justified. And Steph Curry was wrong in that clip. I agree.
Okay, so I don't think he was wrong for one, but let's say if I think he does. So I could come out here and say Stephen Curry in games where his teammates are not playing good is an a-hole. I could say that.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of other.
And there's also a lot of clips where, and Zone, there's also one. So, okay. There's also a lot of elimination games that he was in where he did not act that way. And you mean to tell me that when he was down 20 against the Nuggets, so you're telling me he completely disbelieved that he thought he could win against the Mavs when they're down like what 25 or 26 in halftime, but he completely believed when they're down 20 against the Nuggets. That makes no sense. Like I think this. I think he believed both, that he could win both of those games because he said he could, and that's the way he is. He believes he can win any game, and especially after coming off the biggest comeback in Game 7 history at halftime. So I'm sure he did believe, and if he didn't believe, he would not get that mad about it, and he would not run over in the locker room. If he thought he was going to lose, why would he not go shake Luka's hand?
Of those two, he did run into the locker room both times, being bad.
Exactly. So that's probably because he thought he was going to win. I mean, the first one definitely because he shot a three that would have tied the game, and he missed.
Well, that's true.
And the second one, those clips were like in the second quarter. Some like I said, that was clipped in like so much different parts. Some were like in the first, some were in the end. I think the one on the bench was at the end, or no, the one where he's talking to Mike Conley is at the end, I think, or he says like I'm better than these guys or whatever. Which I don't think that was even translated right, by the way, but I don't know.
No, he did say that.
Well, I guess you can't tell when it's like when it's a professional translator of like 60,000 subscribers. He makes edits. Oh, I don't think just because someone acts out in one like setting makes them a bad leader in that setting in every single like just in general. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I agree. And
so he's not a bad leader in elimination game that he loses.
He is so far.
So far.
But yeah, so far. But let's say let's say every.
All right, hold on, real quick. Let me say one last thing. So let's say, at the end of Game 7 of the Nuggets, when remember they're down 20. Let's say, I don't know, Jokic just goes off and he actually makes his freeze, which he didn't, and they win that game. That means he did not act out that game against his teammates, and he did not do anything that thing. I mean, they won that game. They won that game because they're playing good.
The guy that's allowing Jokic to make all those.
Zone, here's what you're saying. You're saying he's a bad teammate in elimination games that he loses, right? And I don't think that's true. I think that happened. I think it happened in those games. I don't think it's because he was in those games. I think he was mad at his teammates because they're playing. No, I think he was mad at his teammates because they're playing bad zone and they're not taking it seriously. I don't think it was because it's an elimination game and he just falls under pressure and he's just a bad leader in big games. That's not true. Because if that's the case, zone. If that's the case, zone. If that's the case, then if Jokic would have played better in the fourth quarter in the Nuggets game, that means that would ruin your whole argument. So
Yeah,
just
no, it wouldn't have though, because then
yes, because he was a good leader that game.
then Anthony Edwards would have started freaking out over.
No, he would not. Oh, did he freak out when they're down 20 at halftime? He did not. He was actually encouraging them if you actually watched the mic up. You want me to show it to you? So just by the okay, I'll show you right now. So just by the ability of another player could ruin your whole argument. That right there should ruin your argument.
No, but
what?
It's in the last few minutes of those games when his team.
That was in the second quarter zone. It was in the second quarter.
It was through the whole game. You just said that.
Yeah, like one of the clips were. I don't even know when those clips were. I know most of those were in the second quarter because I thought the scoreboard.
Okay, I'm sure. I don't even know if you watched the mic up clip, so I believe you on that. But either way, in those two games that he got eliminated in, he was not.
Was Joan? He could have got eliminated in Game 7, and it would ruin your whole argument.
And that's true.
And you know why? And you know why he didn't lash? Joan, he does not lash out because they're down by a lot. He's lashing out because the teammates play bad. When they were down by a lot, what happened? The team was playing good. The Nuggets were just playing way better. Jokic and Murray going off. But what happened? He stayed positive. He motivated them, and he stuck by them, and they won the game. Now, if Jokic played better, they would have lost that game, and then that would ruin your argument. He's not mad at them because it's a Game 7 and they're down by a lot. He's mad at them because they play bad.
Hypothetical situations. If it didn't
no, because it happened. It happened.
Jokic won Game 7. Okay, Nuggets won Game 7.
No, Zone. Oh my gosh.
No,
I'm saying he was down by 20, and he was still doing that, Zone.
Yeah, that's true. But in those hypothetical situations, it doesn't matter. When in reality, in those two games that he got eliminated, he was not a good teammate. In hell, if he
in one game, Zone, in one game,
if he over the last 5 years, say he gets limited to the Western Conference Finals every year, he pulls the Jason Tatum.
Wait, hold on. Did Anthony Edwards not lose against like the Kings?
What?
Did Anthony Edwards not lose against the Kings? The Grizzlies. The Grizzlies. Did he lash out against teammates there?
What? When?
Wait, did Anthony Edwards not lose to the Grizzlies in Game 6? Or is he not on the team?
Edwards is on the team against the Grizzlies.
Oh, so I win. Okay, conversation over.
That was before they got Gobert. They had Vando. They had Vanderbilt. They had Beasley, Malik Beasley. They had Pat Beverly on the team too.
So Anthony Edwards. Wait, hold on. World. Anthony Edwards was not on the team when they beat the Grizzlies, or when they lost the Grizzlies Game 6.
No, Edwards is on the team. I think it was his second year. I think.
Oh, but he didn't lash out against teammates. Zone. What is that? So that means it's 1 and 2.
I didn't know that, and you didn't know that either. So you didn't hear me.
Okay, so now we admit you're wrong.
I was wrong about that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Anthony Edwards is not a bad leader, and he's not a bad leader in whatever thing you're saying. He's had one bad game. He might have taken the wrong way. He might have acted out his anger.
From what I knew, I didn't know. Wait, when the frick? I believe you, World. But what year was this?
2020. Yeah. Lost to the Grizzlies in Game 6. Remember Ja Morant came over and like give him like a hug or something.
Ja was doing the
gritty. Being an a-hole.
Ja was doing the gritty on the Wolves logo.
Yeah.
I remember that. I do remember him being an a-hole that whole series.
But he did give respect to Anthony Edwards at the end.
Yeah.
But so that means he is 2-1 of being a good teammate in elimination games.
Yes. I know. You proved me wrong. Yes.
And Zone, let me say it. He never lashes out. Let me say the reason he lashed out in that game was nothing because it was in the playoffs. Had nothing to do with anything else. Had something to do with his teammates not taking it seriously and teammates not playing good. And I don't think that makes you a bad leader. And by the way, Stephen Curry yelling at his teammates to give me the ball, and when they're playing bad, I'm guessing they probably did not give him the ball when they should have. I think that is probably the right thing to do. I think sometimes teams need that. I mean, Kobe did that, and they won 5 championships. I think it works quite a bit. And hey, that was what 2021 was that the year? Was that the year they won the finals? So I don't think that you could even make the argument that yelling at teammates could be proven to be a bad teammate. It could be motivation. It could just be trying to get them back on their feet or trying to do them. You don't have to.
I consider pass me the ball and I'm the best on this team or whatever he said.
He never said I'm the best on this team.
He didn't say it. But whatever he said, if you go back to that clip, that's not me.
Which, by the way, is not even translated right. We don't even know if it's translated right.
And he's trying to be a good teammate there.
Wait, Zone. Weren't we talking about this whole thing about you can't make assumptions to be a fact? Is that guy not voice reading that guy? Is that not an assumption of what he's saying?
Well, I'm pretty sure he broke down what he said and then wrote it down.
I'm pretty sure I looked at it. It looks like absolute bogus.
But that's you making an assumption.
And that's him making an assumption. And we're making an assumption. Everyone's making an assumption, Zone.
Everybody's making an assumption at this point.
But you know what? I'm sure some of the teammates or somebody would have said something if he was really acting that way.
And that's
Or
you making another assumption.
he was just out there saying, "Oh, I'm the best player here. All you guys suck." Which, by the way, Kobe Bryant did that quite a bit. By the way, I'm just saying.
That's another. Well, that's not an assumption, but the thing you said
No,
before.
Kobe Bryant did say that.
No, I meant the thing that he said before that.
What?
Whatever the frick you just said.
All right, so Anthony Edwards is not a bad leader. Bro, seriously.
All right, I'll give you this argument.
All right, thank you. So why do you dislike him so much?
I'll talk about that later. I don't want to talk.
Is it the handshake thing? Is it what?
What handshake thing?
Him not shaking Luka's hand even though he did?
Oh, I just don't like it when players do that. And I don't like the stuff he does.
I don't think NBA players really. I don't think it's a big deal. I really don't think it's that big of a deal.
And I don't like his cockiness.
It's not cocky.
And I don't like what he does.
No, I know. I think he's actually probably one of the most humble players in the NBA.
I mean, every player gets cocky at one point.
No, Zone. Cocky and confidence, two different things. Like I said, cocky would be coming out there saying, "I'm going to destroy the Mavs." That's cocky. Confidence is coming out there saying, "I'm going to beat them, and we think we can beat them." That's confidence. Now, if you're talking about, I just don't like his fake too. I'm sorry, I just don't like his face. But if you're talking about like maybe like him doing that dance that after the Suns or him doing the
my God. Okay, hold on. What the frick was that?
That's a W. That's what a WWE guy does. I don't know. Listen, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think if you beat someone, you have all the time to talk. You know, I didn't like how Luka did the whole crying thing to us after we lost. But go ahead, do it. Talk your smack. You won. Do what you want to do. That's what players should do. Because you know why? It creates a competitive atmosphere. I don't like NBA when I first got into it. It's everyone being all friends and being and treating almost like it's just like nothing. Back then, it was really competitive and it was really serious. And I think Anthony Edwards coming out here and making it competitive. I mean, you tell me, would you be so interested about watching Game 7? It was not what Anthony Edwards said. I mean, look at Muhammad. Even go look at the Muhammad Ali. Look how cocky he was. It's how it is. It's how you create this stuff. And
it makes it more entertaining.
But I still think he's very humble. I still think he's very humble, Zone, because after every single game he plays bad, he admits he plays bad. After every single game he plays good, he compliments his teammates and he shows respects to other players. Like after like when he went, like by the way, when he stopped Luka as he's walking and shook his hand.
I already told you you're right.
And congratulated him and said good luck against the Celtics, which I don't know if that's working. Well, it actually was working. It just, Kyrie turned into freaking Karl-Anthony Towns. But like, was Kyrie 0-6 from the 3-point line? Well, that's what happens when you stomp on the Leprechaun logo and you flip the Boston fans off. 0-11 since then. Yeah, pretty rough.
1-11 now, yeah.
But I'm sure he'll get one win in this series. I don't think it's gonna be a sweep by the Bucks.
Probably.
I mean the Celtics.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a sweep. No.
World. How many games do you think Celtics are going to win in it?
4.
Yeah, so what do you think he was to say? 3? 2?
No,
Well, I
mean,
think he was like, what game is going to go to?
No, sorry, that's what I meant. Bro, it's freaking
sorry.
1
Game
a.m.
7.
Give me a freaking
7
break.
games. 7 games. 7 games.
7 games.
Oh gosh.
Oh my
Seven
god.
games.
I still have Mavs at 5.
You guys have got to give me a
That
break.
you think this is only going to last 5 games is absolutely ridiculous.
Mavs is 5, baby. Just wait.
Only 5 games and finals. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Hey, just wait.
6 games minimum.
Kyrie was exhausted because he actually played good teams, so he'll be ready.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
And Luka had 30 points, 11 rebounds.
Well,
he's
it's
already
Luka.
pumped.
Well, he's
Yeah.
the best player in the NBA. So
Just wait.
you
That's
obviously-
true.
You
That is
obviously
true.
expect that kind of performance.
Chris
But anyways, back to Karate and Zone's argument.
Hold on. Let me say one more thing. Kristaps Porzingis hype won't last forever, and Derek Lively is going to come back.
Hey, world, how do you feel that Pringles Pringles, whatever his name is, he played better than Jason Tatum?
Okay, how's it feel that what was I gonna say? How's it feel that the Grizzlies have a brighter future than you do?
They do not have no brighter future, dude. Was it getting shot or
They have
something?
they have a pick in the lottery.
the
They have a
worst
bunch of
draft
young
class
players
of
that
all
are pretty good, and they're got a
The
bunch
worst
of
draft class of all time.
This is the weakest draft class of the past 20
Only
years.
Alexander Starr is good. By the way, Alex Starr is probably like 10th pick last year.
I'm just saying that you Wolves fans better pray the Grizzlies don't get Klingon, because if they pair him up,
Bro,
with Jaren
no one
Jackson,
is scared of the Grizzlies, dude. No one is scared of the
Rudy
Grizzlies.
Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns are in trouble if that happens.
It's not
Bro.
2021 anymore, dude.
John Morant's going to be in prison by the time.
Yeah,
Bro,
he didn't even look all that good.
Bro, he's been doing check-ins with Adam Silver. He's been behaving, so he's not.
And
freaking
he's
Josh
gonna-
Giddey.
And he's going to
freaking-
shoot
he's
that
not
alien
freaking-
looking
he's
fish.
not-
I do know
He's
that
not. He's not freaking Josh Giddey and karate who go see people who they shouldn't. So I'm just saying.
bro, what? Okay, yeah, Zach is pretty good, but like
I do love Zach Eddy.
I still don't think it's as strong as like. I mean, look at Wemby and the guy who looks like he smokes weed on the Thunder. All those guys are a lot better.
Jalen Williams.
Yeah, the guy looks like a raging drug addict.
He's from Colorado, by the way. Makes sense why he smokes weed.
Smoke weed every day. No, I'm just kidding.
I hit my life. Hey, call me or no? What does it say? What that one song that him and Shy sing? What a pro wants, what a pro needs, whatever makes me happy.
I'm not listening to you guys sing rap songs. Man.
Hey, it's better than the freaking Boxy Boys. Oh my gosh, hate that ad.
Stop.
Wait, Anthony Edwards drinks Sprite? Anthony Edwards drinks Sprite. Oh my gosh.
What's wrong with Sprite?
Playoff Tatum is playoff Tatum a thing? Nah,
No,
it's not a thing.
It's not.
Another thing.
Or what's the one with Giannis and Giannis with like the Sprite with that one soda thing?
The worst commercial is the Chet Holmgren and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander commercial. That commercial is so bad. Bro,
It's
My
not as bad
grandma
as
was
I remember
going-
NFL playoffs. It was
my
that
grandma
stupid,
went on like a
at
30-minute rant on that.
I remember you and I were incredible. Remember that one with like the plug-in loud like singing?
With who? In it?
The wall plug-in. It was singing.
Oh yeah.
At night?
So bad.
I remember. Yeah.
That played in the
That was
Super Bowl.
NFL playoffs. Yeah, that wasn't Super Bowl, yeah. By the end, the Super Bowl commercials were not that good.
Yeah.
Bronny James, who averages 2 points a game? Yeah, he's gonna be a real star.
You remember the Breaking Bad Popcorners commercial? I think that was.
Oh, that
That
was
was
a great
awesome.
commercial. The popcorners are so freaking good. I haven't got that for a while, but I got it one time.
dude. Oh, they're so good, bro. I love those.
Dude, they have like I don't know, like the powder is like more powdery and it's like
Yeah.
oh, I could drink that.
AKA they put cocaine in their popcorn.
Makes it better. Hey, you know,
really
you know,
like those,
I like
to
the
be
white
you know they
cheddar
used to,
ones.
you know they used to put cocaine in Coca-Cola.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why it's called Coca-Cola. They back the 30s, they just pump cocaine in there.
I'm pretty sure at first I thought cocaine was okay to consume.
Oh yeah, cocaine wasn't even illegal till like 1940 or something.
I'm gonna
'Cause-
time travel to
'cause-
1939.
Yeah, get some Coca-Cola, some OG Coca-Cola. By the way, Coca-Cola is way better than Pepsi. By the way, I have
Oh,
Pepsi
fuck
and I have Coca-Cola. Pepsi is basically just a water. Pepsi is basically, I kid you not, it tastes almost the same. It's just a watered down Coca-Cola. It's just a watered down Coca-Cola. It's just less
Yeah.
like sweet. It tastes like if you got Coca-Cola out like those broken down McDonald's, like drink things.
There's not that big of a difference, but I agree.
It's not that big of a difference, but Coca-Cola it has a better aftertaste and it's just sweeter and better.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just soda.
I take my soda seriously, world. By the way, we all know for all people saying that Mountain Dew or Coca-Cola is the GOAT, not even close. Dr. Pepper
I'm
is.
not even a soda guy. So I don't like
It's
Coca-Cola.
tied. It's tied. Actually, it goes Dr. Pepper 1, Mountain Dew 2, Coca-Cola 3, root beer.
We're
4.
talking we're talking objectively. I gotta go Coca-Cola number 1, Pepsi number 2, and maybe Mountain Dew number 3.
You know, don't do this gay objectively thing. Your favorites.
Favorites is Dr. Pepper 1. Number 2 might be cream soda. I love my own cream soda.
Yo, pause.
And number 3, I'm going mug root beer. Mug root beer, not the gay, lesbian, A&W root beer. I drink a real root beer.
That is
Mug root beer.
disgusting.
Wait, is that the one with the bulldog on it? I like that one.
Yes, real root beer. None of that gay A&W cream stuff. You know what's cream and stuff they put in there? A&W root beer is not real root beer. Mug root beer comes from the roots from a man. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Always remember, keep grabbing those balls. We're ending this live
Pause.
right now.
No,
I have to wake
I'm
up really early
cooking
tomorrow.
that.
I wake up at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I got to go to bed. I got to go to a family reunion. I'm gonna hit. You know that I was telling Zone, there's a baseball course there. I'm gonna hit 8 home runs. Just wait. I'm gonna turn to prime Ronald Acuna. Just wait.
Who?
See you guys next week. Ronald Acuna, who won MVP last year on the Angels.
I have no clue who that even is.
My afraid he got injured this season. He's really good, and he averages like what?
Isn't he that all year?
He's number 13 on the Angels. Ronald Acuna Jr.
Charlie Blackmon winning MVP this year.
Him and OBJ were friends.
Oh my gosh, that's why you like him. My
All
God.
right. See you guys next week. Always remember, hey, I watch his highlights. Type in Ronald Acuna highlight sunflower. It was awesome. All right. See you guys next week. Always remember, keep grabbing those balls. Grip them, squeeze them, suck them. See you guys next week. Peace out.
Bro,